The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD Black the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege Season 4 Qualifiers, powered by LG Ultragear in association with ACD Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games The Shop. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Sam and Foxy, as we are here for the semifinals of the qualifier phase in Season 4. The first match of the day is between Almost Walkover and RevX Veterans on the map of Clubhouse. Almost Walkover are going to be manning the attack first in the first half of this game, and this should be a very exciting game indeed. Foxy, how do you feel on this fine evening?
I feel amazingly fine, Blackjack. Thank you for asking. I'm actually very well rested. I had to do that because I knew for a fact that the matches coming up today, semifinals, will be a lot of energy from me. So that's why I'm here. I'm ready. I'm very hyped to how the things go down because this today is essentially the fight for the death. Whoever wins takes the spot. And more importantly, it's going to be the fact that whoever loses will also have another chance going into the lower brackets tomorrow in the finals. But still, we always want to come out on top and no chance to see what these four teams will be bringing up. So very nice show indeed. That is something I'm sure of. But they made their way through the qualifiers with a lot of hard work. So many things that they had to go against. Almost walk over here. They'll be fighting out RevX Veterans in just a moment. We'll be gaining the match because the first map, I mean, it's a tradition at this point. If you're playing the Esports Club League, you are playing Clubhouse. Also, you're not a true fan of the Esports Club League, and that's why we'll be going to Clubhouse once again. It'll be almost walkover, starting off an attack, and Revx veterans will be on defense. Still waiting for a connection from one of the players from veterans. He shall be in here shortly. But meanwhile, Blackjack, I ask you this: what do you think will go down? With the teams that we have today, going to be Havocs versus KL11 in the upcoming match. While right now we have almost walkover with Havocs veterans. Any light that you want to shed on the fact that what these teams have been through and how it might turn out to be in semifinals going ahead today.
Well, honestly, Foxy, I don't see either of the four teams that we have today getting any sort of like a dominating performance, like a 7-0, like a 7-1, 7-2. I didn't even see a 7-4. I feel like both games tonight are going to be going to overtime. Why I say that, of course, is because almost walkover. They had a big challenge that is against Dauntless Esports yesterday, and they managed to win the match on Cafe 8-7 on maximum overtime. It was an absolutely fantastic match to witness and cast, let me tell you that much. While the side of Revx veterans, they did have the game against Ignite all the way towards the last match of the day. Unfortunately, they had to be taken offline due to the many issues that were plaguing us at the moment. But they did still win against the team of Ignite. Ignite, mind you, were the teams that beat Sava Esports. Sava Esports, again, for those unaware, were the team that were known for being very dominant in the qualifiers. So to beat Sava, it was a huge achievement for Ignite, but unfortunately Revix showed them up yesterday on the map of Clubhouse. So we're back on Clubhouse once again. Both these teams fresh off a big win for themselves. They're going to have to face off against each other because, again, in the game of Rainbow Six Siege, there can only be one victor. And Clubhouse being the map of choice, once again, as you said, Foxy, you're not really playing the TEC League if you're not playing Clubhouse, so to speak. And this map, we know pretty much how it plays out, defender-sided for the most part, but then attackers have managed to take rounds before, many rounds for that matter, especially if you harken back, we, as in harken back to the plays that a particular team by the name of Demas Force likes to make here on Clubhouse, because... oh boy, those matches, they are a phenomena in and of themselves. So Clubhouse, attackers are able, to take a bit of an advantage on a map like Clubhouse. But again, it's a hard fight. It will be a very, very hard fight for both these teams because they will be trying their hardest to get into the qualifier final tomorrow, and only one team can make it. So it's going to be a very fierce fight. And like I said, at the beginning of this point, I don't see either team coming out of this with anything less than overtime.
Definitely, most definitely, Blackjack. In fact, these fights will go way to the maximum potential that they can, and it's only a point of how badly a team wants it. And when I say wants it, it means what in Division 3. As you know for a fact that these qualifiers, the qualifying teams, that will be the top 3 teams from these qualifiers of 60 teams that participated here. These are your top 4. Almost walkover, Revolution X, Veterans, Havocs, and KL11. It's these 4 teams that out of which we'll be finding who happens to get eliminated, and the rest of the 3 will be going ahead into taking a spot in Division 3. That is going to be something very exciting that we'll be getting to watch. And more importantly, that is something that puts the player in a spot where they know they have to perform. If they don't, it's essentially such a huge amount of hard work, such an amount of, I'd say, attempt that you made wasted. And I say attempt because obviously you're not going to qualify. And going into Division 3, these teams surely have that mindset because we have another season coming up as well. It's going to be the space where they can move up the leaderboard, have themselves in the top 3 position, and get the promotion onto Division 2 as well. And I don't need to speak about Division 2, how it happens to be the hottest division. Because not only the relegations from Division 1 coming over there, but also the promotions from Division 3. And that is why Division 2 has insane action going on always. Any point in the league, always some insane action that we get in that division. But coming back to this fact, Revolutionist veterans happening to beat Ignite yesterday on the map of Clubhouse as well. More interestingly is the fact that veterans they've had a good run, but it was Ignite who had a better run indeed. They happened to beat Team Triple Take, and mind you, Team Triple Take was also one of the Div 3 spot claimers in Season 1. They went by the name of Shining Heroes. They eliminated them, and then Ignite had to face, I believe that is, think about it, Seva Esports. Right, yeah. Ignite faced Seva Esports, and sadly, it was Seva to take the fall. Seva, as well, in the last season, were the ones who had their spot claimed in Division 3 as well. But that little bit of a meme did come to an end eventually. But going ahead, Revex veterans were the ones to shut down Ignite. They happened to cross paths, and Ignite just could not stand up against them. And we did see that yesterday night on Clubhouse. 7-5 was the score, and it did come close. Not enough. Veterans, for sure, veterans is a name that they've chosen very perfectly. Going ahead into this match, almost walkover. Meanwhile, they've had an amazing run for themselves. Well, we've seen them come up with some amazing plays indeed. And I'll be very honest, I was expecting to go into a cafe match today as well, because once the community gets the hold of a map, they don't like to lose it. They keep trying to pick that again and again, and that has just been the thing from a little too much. It's a while since I had a huge change of maps. That being said, we will be having an auto map pick system, map ban system going in for Season 4, everybody. That's right. The auto map pick and ban system will be coming from Season 4. Very similar to what we happen to see in the Pro League. That means no team can play a single map consecutively, and that is what makes everything so much more exciting. Who knows? We might see a Oregon come up. We might see a theme park come up. We might see. We definitely most likely will not see a clubhouse come up so much. But yeah, I think that's all everybody cares about. It's not the fact that we'll be having a theme park or Oregon. It's just that will a whole lot of clubhouse. But more importantly, it's interesting, with the map pick and ban coming up as well, and definitely the statistics this time around will be having an extra edge to it. Apart from the kill death ratios, for a fact, as a support player myself, support lives matter, and that is why we'll be bringing in the support stats as well. All support players from every team that happen to stay on top of the leaderboard will be having their own statistics. How many plans they've gotten down, how many breaches they've managed to make, and everything surrounding support. So, that being said, we'll be going ahead into the match in just a moment, guys. Revex veterans are still waiting on one of the players to reconnect back. He's having some Uplay issues, and I mean, you know what kind of issues Uplay happens to give us. It's just something with the game. But meanwhile, let's take a quick look at both these rosters. Almost walkover, Spaceman, Jakes, Gypsy, Eugene, and almost, never mind, that's X10. I just read his first name. My apologies. So, Spaceman, Jux, Gypsy, Eugene, and X10, the roster for almost walkover. While we have Kader, Rio, Kyo, Sonic, and I believe the last one is Wardog, for the side of veterans. We'll see him join in very soon. In fact, just getting that information from the admins went to that. But mind you, it's only the first game for today. We'll be coming up with another game, and after this is done, that is going to be KL11 facing off Havocs. I almost forgot the name over there. So yeah, definitely something I'm looking forward to see. But more importantly, I'm very excited for this match. I cannot wait myself to start this game. But guys, it's just some unfortunate stuff that keeps happening, and that's okay. We want to be as accommodating as we can to the players, but we will be going to this match in just a bit. Meanwhile, I'll play some music, guys. Make sure you enjoy it. We'll be right back in just a moment. So anyway.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the game between Almost Walkover and RevX Veterans on the semifinals, for the qualifiers of Season 4 of the W Black Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege. We're going to be back on Clubhouse as both teams have joined the lobby. The lobby unfortunately had to be remade, seeing as we were out of time for the lobby host, as the Veterans just unfortunately took a little bit too long. And looks like we do have the go signal from their end. And looks like there we go. Yep, the go signal is in. We are ready. And the match is here. This is what we've all been waiting for. Almost Walkover. We'll be taking on RevX Veterans on the map of the Clubhouse, as we are, of course, on the ban phase. Unfortunately, the thing I was pointing towards is the fact that Veterans will not be having a rehost, seeing as it was their player who made us late to begin and have a full lobby rehost. So, that's unfortunately on them. That's just how the rules go, guys. I'm not in charge of it. But Maverick is going to be off the board on the ban phase nice and quickly, as the second ban is going to be the Thatcher. There we go. Maverick and Thatcher with the very standard bans for Clubhouse right here. As it looks like Veterans is pointing out that 2 seconds more and they would have been in the lobby. Unfortunately, man, it just didn't happen. So no point talking about spilt milk, as there is the Kaid getting banned. Once again, the three very standard bans when it comes to Clubhouse: the Thatcher ban, the Maverick ban, followed by the Kaid ban on the side of the defenders. As the last ban from the side of RevX Veterans will be coming in any second now. The time is ticking down, and it is the Echo. All right, Echo may not be default banned any longer, but he's going to be banned regardless, and the Maestro will probably be in play for a couple of rounds. But with the way, of course, we've seen Clubhouse be played, I'm pretty sure it will not be surprising to anyone that that either teams right here may not play the Maestro for that matter. You don't really see a whole lot of the Italian the Italian operator in the match. But let's have a quick look at both these rosters. We do, like Foxy did, give us an introduction to them, but let's have one more since we are now properly into the match. From the side of Almost Walkover, we've got Spaceman, Gypsy, Zujin, Jinx, and X10. And from the side of Veterans, we've got Cater, Sonic, Rio, Kyo, and Thunder. A couple of 6 picks are in, both into FBI operators. One of the Zofia into the Ash, that's Spaceman, and one of the Doc into the Pulse, that is Kyo. Basement Church and Arsenal is going to be the side of choice. And Foxy, what do you think about this match we've got on hand?
Like I said, this match definitely got all the stakes that these guys need to play for. They need to make sure that they get there. They get this stuff sorted. There is no room, zero room, mind you. I repeat this again and again. There is zero room for anybody to make any mistakes right now. They've definitely got to step up, pump up whatever they've thought about going into this match. And more importantly, I just happened to notice we did not have Church and Arsenal coming in. But you happen to see that, hear everything. Well and good. Thank God. We'll be seeing Kader come up with the Valkyrie. Alright, he wants to bring Valkyrie, very interesting. Usually you don't see a whole lot of Valkyrie being employed when it happens to come Church Arsenal. That's not a side you want to employ a Valkyrie on, but I'm not saying you not as well. We'll be seeing a Sonic. Wait a minute, he's the solo wall. Alright. Interesting. Solo wall reinforced a little too late. Could have gotten his head clipped. We've seen some insane shots happen to him when you're trying to pre-fire that solo wall. But that is something that Sonic wants to do, and he will do exactly that. Still be seeing Cater play on Church, alright. Still seeing Reons on that tunnels. Very good operator picks. I've got to give them that. Veterans have come up with the Pulse and the Valkyrie. That, not forgetting the Legion though. As well, that gives them so much more information trade-off. While the side of Almost Walkover, they don't have enough intel denial. Haven't brought up an IQ, and obviously with the Thatcher being banned, it's not something they can bring out anyway. Almost Spaceman already getting a frag, and that is going to be onto Kaio. That is your, alright, that is your Pulse off the board very quickly without even getting the cardiac sensor. The more important was not in the IQ of that frag, it was essentially your Ash. Very interesting, very bizarre in fact. Gypsy doing so much of making sure that there's no more hammer potential left on the man, as the main hatch has already also been breached. That is from the kitchen. There's a potential flank coming in for Sonic. He is on the main, like I said, the main hallway rather. But another down comes in from the sledge, and that is going to be Rio taking down. And the attack is definitely that he's been down. And now the finisher has to come in any moment now. We'll be seeing Kato take a few shots to himself as well. He's got to be very careful. But there's a flank watch being watched for this bandit. Perfectly this reason, but he's still going to walk in and claim a kill. But the refact comes right back in from Zujan as well. Sonic does get Gypsy before he goes down, but Thunder is here. Get a Spaceman. I'm so confused reading the first names on the side of Almost Walkover because they have Almost written first up. Zujan is going to find another frag that's going to be catered down. That's your Valkyrie of the board. It's all on the Thunder and 1 versus 3. He's got to find extend Jason. Zujan making his way through main stairs. Nobody to find, not in the main stairs area, but he's very scared in terms of where that angle is being applied from. No impact, so that means no rotation that he can make for himself and no distractions either. I think that's a Hibana who's happened to step on a goo mine. Definitely something that she'll intend to remove it, but Thunder is being awfully patient. There we go. As I try to find my word, Zujan will find his kill. Thunder goes down, and that's the Nomad with the triple kill. Very well done with the flank watch, and more importantly, very well done in terms of the finishing kill. Well, good run for Almost Walkover walking into this matchup. A very good performance. That was textbook stuff, and that was very quick, very fast. They got the plan done as well. 1-0 is the scoreline, and we'll be going to 2.
Round 2 is in play, and the first round going very, very smoothly indeed for Almost Walkover. They did lose a couple of bodies to the Bandit and the Legion, but they were quick to refrag and get the plant down. That was what really mattered right there, because in a post-plant situation, the time goes against the defenders, and that's where, you know, the pressure is really on, especially if there's a last defender standing situation, a 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4, 1 versus 2, or even a 1 versus 1. Whatever the situation may be, when it's a post-plant situation, the defenders feel the same way the attackers do in a normal round. Pre-plant, the time is against them. With that being said, once again, we have a couple of 6 picks coming out. This time, Spaceman goes out of the Ash into the Zofia, the exact inverse of what he did the last round, while Sonic out of the Maestro into the Wamai. This is exactly what I pointed to a couple before the first round began, that is. Maestro, very useful operator, but on Clubhouse, he's not exactly seen a whole lot because you need as much denial on your side, utility denial, from remotely placeable gadgets. And while Maestro's gadget is remotely placeable, you know, he's nowhere near as versatile or as universal as the Wamai or the Jaeger. So having that, excuse me, that sort of a double denial for a defending team is pretty essential when it comes to holding CCTV. And even in some cases, Basement Church on Clubhouse, I mean, really all the 3 sites of Clubhouse do have spots where a Wamai and a Jaeger can work in tandem, but CCTV is the one where we see this wombo combo the most.
5 seconds remaining.
As Sonic is going to be playing this operator from Nighthaven. As Nighthaven, of course, reminds me of a certain thing that we were supposed to get in year 5, but again, thanks to the whole bizarre way 2020 has unfolded, you know, everything's been put on hold from the side of Ubisoft. They're not in a good position, really, and it's fine. You know, they need time to make sure the game doesn't break entirely, and hopefully we'll have a few more fixes coming in year 5, season 3, because Gypsy in the meanwhile is going to take a lot of shots. It sounds like Kyo is going off somewhere by the main door area on the first floor lounge. As, yep, that is exactly where that was coming out of, from beneath the castle barricade as well. Gypsy, lots of damage to the man. He's going to try and take out the castle barricade. No, the grenade doesn't do enough damage. He's going to try and go for a prone peek, but the Jaeger is not even there. Kyo is smart enough to pull back, excuse me, when he needs to, while Jinx is holding down the metal stairs, the red stairs, corridor drone hole. Gypsy makes his way towards, looks like, stock window. I'm not really sure what this is going to go in from, but he needs to get the bandit batteries out of there, maybe even possibly the bandit, and looks like Kyo's going to pull back for the time being. The Jaeger has come back towards site, which will leave enough headroom for the sledge to go for the grenade from below, but it's going to be the Zofia who puts out her first impact, but shots are going to be fired, and he doesn't even know where from. That's from the top angle of Garage Catwalk, and the kill is confirmed onto the Zofia. That's a pretty big one right there, because Thunder, he didn't even take that much damage from that impact, and it doesn't look like the angle is there for the attackers to take him off the board. More shots are being fired as the bandit is still able to successfully check. Oh, the angle is in fact there, but an attacker pushing that, just like the Zofia, will probably get taken out by the Doc. And there we go, just as I speak about him, Cater finding Zujin. That's from the catwalk angle once again, and that's another huge kill. The Nomad goes down, and the Doc is now going to put down, from the looks of things, his deployable camera. Interesting play right there, as Cater is going to be sitting here for the time being. He's very, very comfortable right now. As a Gypsy, he's got a decision to make. Does he go for an underneath grenade? Does he get peeked by the bandit? He's going to be cooking it. Will he find a kill? No, he's exposed to that angle and he doesn't even know. And that's a triple kill for Cater, just sitting inside of catwalk. The Doc doesn't even have to move from his position. He willingly will, but he doesn't even have to. Meanwhile, there's X10. I hear the Xcaris pellets going off somewhere else. Sonic's going to find X10. And now it's all down to Jinx, the last man standing on the central roof of a clubhouse. He wants to go down to the subroof because he's the last one standing in a 1 versus 5 veterans with a beautiful take on the side, of CCTV. Have completely shut down the attack of Walkover. There's less than 18 seconds remaining for this last attacker, Jinxes, to make this play happen. He's going to be going through bedroom, but really he's only stalling for time so this team can confer and find out what happened. The Casa comes in for the peak. He will lose. The UMP loses against the 556, but there is the angle made by the Hibana's Xcaris pellets from an overhealed Thunder, who gets the kill with the MP7. The Thermite goes down, and round 2 very emphatically goes to the favor of Revolution X veterans. Both teams have got their first rounds on board. They've got the ball rolling, and this match is truly underway.
Most definitely. We did see veterans come out with good run. It did essentially be, I think it was more of a mistake from the side of Almost Walkover, not knowing there's such a huge hole. The lounge's soft wall. Definitely need to dislodge the Doc playing on that area. A very big misplay from the side of Almost Walkover, not getting the breach on Garage, not putting any pressure on the Doc. The Doc had zero pressure. The doorway to the garage was not open. There was no panels beneath him that were breached. That gave him so much more freedom to do exactly that. A triple kill from the same angle, uncontested. That's not the way you play Almost Walkover. That's definitely not how competition works. I hope you're taking much from that, because going into this match, that is definitely something that can bite you in the back if you don't happen to notice that. Veterans will not let you walk away with this victory if you such mistakes. And going ahead, let's see how veterans happen to step up. And speaking of step ups, we'll be seeing the mute charge come out. Not the pulse this time around. They want to bring out the mute, but still, Almost Walker not choose to bring the IQ, despite the Valkyrie pick and the last time they had the pulse pick as well. It's like Almost does not like to buy a whole lot on IQ, or maybe it's just their playstyle that involves a bit of an emphasis in terms of the utility of that they like to play. Going at Almost Spaceman will be watching this angle that he's making sure nobody's allowed to be on the main stairs, top of the main stairs. No aggression allowed, while the side of veterans, they will be abandoning the side of the tunnel, making sure that there's no. There you go. Clear that angle. Now he's been spotted out. That means he has got to move back. He's going to spot the Zotac. He's going to take some shots indeed. Not converting on anything, in fact. Spaceman will walk away with that unscathed. Taking his way back, while I think he was trying to go for. No, that could have been a kill that he could have converted on. That was the Nomad. But this is going to scare him for the while. C4 is going to claim the life of the sledge, as he was confused himself on what he's trying to do. Guy with an amazing C4. Came with the pulse last time around, not worked, but this time the mute will do. MP5K in the hand as well. Very interesting is for the shotgun. Very bizarre, very bizarre. Any SAS operator employing anything but the shotgun in a long time. The only time I've seen the MP5K come out is when the bomb happens to you. A 4 versus 5 established early in the favor of veterans. Like they want to take this advantage that they want to secure as well. Let's see if they'll be able to. That Armor Thunder holding down on the side of blue, while we have Hero all the way on top. Still no contest for him either. Almost Walkover. This might bite them in the back if they happen to isolate the defense the way they're expecting to. Last time that not work out perfectly well. I mean, we know how last round went down for them. The Jix is making sure that there's enough lines set covered. He's thermite, obviously. The brief part is done. That means the flagging part should come alive. The stuns come out, and that is going to Basement making his way back with the Zofia mines, who are also working as proximity mines. Is not going to give away the position. I don't think Spaceman knows that. But almost walk over with the kill, and X10 is going to be the man to convert on that. But the refrag is right back in. The Zofia takes the fall from the same angle that Thunder and right before. A nice one indeed. Well played by the Legion. 3 versus 4 established. One veterans are on the top right now, and Kader will be way back. In fact, but the C4 into play. Will not be utilizing that anytime soon. Tomar is making his way inside the tunnels as well. He'll be exchanging some shots. Nothing to convert over here. Zujin and the Hibana, both of them will be inside kitchen, aiming to move the drop down and the plant most importantly. But the pre-fires from all chicks are not converting either on the Legion and not on the Valkyrie. A little bit more of that. Kid is going to find one and almost finally connects, and that is your Legion on the board. He's going to find another frag. Meanwhile, the Jaeger is going to step in. It's all under the nomad. She's getting lit up and tagged up by the Maestro Cam. There's a time that she's got to pull out. No time left, and that is it. Fedex Weapons will be fighting this round as well. That was a really good defense that they happened to make it out of. Almost walkover. Not having what it takes to keep this momentum alive for them. But veterans, they've definitely brought alive theirs, and that is exactly why they'll be walking away with 2-1 seed to 4.
And once again, a brilliant run coming out from the side of RevX veterans, and unfortunately for Zujin the Nomad, not a great way to go down in a 1 versus 3 to be shut down by an Evil Eye of the Maestro. As round 4 will be in play, Gym Bedroom is going to be the side of choice because, again, there's no real strategies for, as far as I'm aware, no real strategies for, of course, first floor bar when it comes to I was about to say cafe. Clubhouse.
I'm going to take offense to that, Blackjack. Thank you.
I know of you and your strats, Foxy. I know the way you guys play there. But I personally am not privy to particular strats on first floor. I don't even like that side, so to speak. I feel like that side is just too hard to defend when it comes to the clubhouse itself. 3 brilliant sites: gym, bedroom, CCTV, and basement church. All of them are good enough, especially with the way the round swap goes on a clubhouse. There's no real particular need, shall we say, to learn the 4th site. And every map these days has a 4th site. As Rio, he's going to be deploying the proximity ramps, both of them sitting inside of logistics office. All right, very interesting pick from the man. I'm not sure why the other one wouldn't go somewhere else. That's a lot of intel that he's pretty much willingly opted out of, so to speak. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the logistics house shop is definitely a big threat when holding down Gym Bedroom, but I feel like a 1 proximity mine would probably be good enough to cover that. Meanwhile, we've got the sledge holding towards the side of actually, Fox, I'm going to take this round real quick.
Oh, here I've got your back. We'll be seeing Gypsy make his way with the sledge status. There's the Hibana on the Ash as well. I think they're trying to go beach, but that beach is already a soft wall. They were expecting this, but is this a bait from the side of RevX veterans? Are they trying to walk them into the Mira strategy? That is exactly what I'm talking about. The Mira is facing them right now. Any I'll say, unnecessary peek might as well cost them, but here's the nade being cooked, and that is going to come in, and that is not going to claim anything, but another nade being cooked, almost extend. It is going to drop a Rio, but that nade quite did not connect all the way inside the site here. That's 2 of your nades expelled. It always spend a little more time, very honestly, in getting those nades done right, but Gypsy will not be doing that anytime soon. We'll be seeing the side of Zujit. He's rid of the Nomad once again, and for some reason, I still don't understand the fact that why would teams pick Nomad on a map like Clubhouse? It's not the map for her. It's a very huge, very long map. You don't really have a good advantage, using the Nomad. It's no border, it's no villa. There's better offs, that's what I'm trying to say. If you're able to follow up with me on that, we'll be seeing Jigs hold down still while the breach on Hibana is happening onto the Mira window. Yes, it will. Perfectly well as well. That's not how you'll be able to establish yourself an entryway, but Baseman has already gone up main stairs. He's going to find a frag. There's Gypsy to find another. Kadir and Thunder both fight the dust. There'll be a down coming in, but here's... Wait a minute, is that a team kill? That was indeed Dix is gonna find Spaceman, and veterans, meanwhile, as they're gonna find Zujin as well. Getting the revive, and it's all on the Kaiju. In fact, 1 versus 3 now that the revive has come in. Gonna find the thermite. That's a nice shot. Really well done. Gonna move back and play in the Shadow Box. Gonna spot somebody coming up. Construction light them up, but that's not enough to claim the life. There's somebody else outside the breach as well. Cannot go for the speed because there's a hole in the wall, and that is exactly from where we'll be seeing X10 take up that frag. Really well played from the Hibana into this matchup. That's another round on board for the side of almost walk over to the scoreline going into round 5. A little bit of a conversation in the chat is just that it happens sometimes. Sometimes the perspective of a player happens to get blindsided, and if we know the game and their doings. There's just so many things that we still cannot comprehend even after the game has been released for almost about 4 years now. Anyways, Blackjack, are you back?
Yes.
All right, welcome back.
Yep. Thank you for that. There's a little bit of a noise disturbance going on, so I had to mute my mic on Discord real quick. But we are back, of course, for round 5, the penultimate round before roll swap. Second was CCTV. Excuse me, is going to be the side of choice from the side of veterans. As, of course, the scoreline is equalized 2-2. And now, coming back to CCTV, we might see Walkover win this one out because, again, when it comes to sort of the momentum shift in the competitive Rainbow Six, if a team, say they have like a losing streak on one particular site, whenever the site changes, whenever there's a switch up from the side of the defenders, and say the attackers win, they go back to that old site where they were having a problem with, and then maybe the team who was losing could win that site out. That has happened actually quite a bit in these 3 seasons and the qualifiers of season 4 of the TEC League. That's something I've noticed a lot happening, in fact. And it's something we've touched on before as well. So it should be very interesting to see how everything moves on from here. With that being said, Kyo, the Jaeger, going to be putting down barbed wires all over the place, and a bit of a knife on the wall. Not going to affect, of course, anything. That's a hard wall right there. Meanwhile, once again, this garage angle being made. Cater, we saw him absolutely destroy the side of the attackers from that one angle. But this time, of course, the castle barricade that was here on Lounge has been broken early. A little unfortunate for the castle, of course, but Jitsi is taking a bit of damage in the meanwhile. Not really sure where that came out of. Maybe through the garage door angle. Could have been he may have been going for a peek. Maybe took some damage while trying to run around. Maybe the dog was trying to shoot out his feet. Who knows? X10 in the meanwhile, he's got the Hibana. Maybe he could go for the construction push. Maybe he could also help the Thermite double up on the main wall to sort of confuse the Bandit as to where to go. Even though if Thunder is able to time his Bandit trick right, he can actually get both of them. Meanwhile, the Doc is going to be seen at his angle used against him this time. Spaceman, he's going to get rid of the biggest thorn that they had a couple rounds ago on their side. Meanwhile, he has used one of his impact grenades to try and dislodge the Bandit, but no, he's still there. He's still checking, and he will deny one from Jinx. Another impact grenade should come out really quickly from the Zofia. No, he's going to try and shoot as the shots are fired from Q in the meanwhile, giving away his position on the main stairs here as the Zofia and the... okay, the Bandit trick will still happen. Oh, no, that's a little unfortunate because almost walk over. They dispatched a big one on the dock on Garage Catwalk, but unfortunately they did not have enough utility used to try and dislodge the Bandit. Of course, the Thatcher is banned and so is the Maverick, so there's going to be no Maverick half-wall tricking and no EMPs to get rid of the Bandit batteries early, and Spaceman's going to find another one. That's Rio off the board, as looks like he's coming up the garage stairs. That's been spotted out by the Maestro right here. Sonic, the man on his evil eyes, he knows where that Zofia is pushing from. The call-outs in for his team as a proxy alarm's going off on the other side of the map. The Jaeger goes down. Gypsy found another one in the meanwhile. Jinx onto Kyo, and Thunder, of course, went down as well. It's all down to Sonic. The Maestro in a 1 versus 5, and he will not be winning anything here as Spaceman will be the one to get the final kill. So, the man, of course, got quite a... he got a triple kill this round. And even when the proxy alarms gave away his location, there was just too much chaos happening around the Maestro for him to really have a chance in that situation. Round 5 goes to the side of Walkover, and CCTV, of course, goes to them as well. Round 6, the last round before the roll swap is in. 3-3 is the scoreline. And this is getting really exciting.
Most definitely, almost Walkover. Bring in more than just a counter. They know exactly what Veterans was doing when they happened to go to CCTV. They brought in the counter. They made sure that they have a flawless round. No lives lost. Walkover played that to perfection. Mind you, this is something I need to point out. They did not even get the main breach down. They still had the round, and that is exactly how amazing that round was and how dominating that round was for the attackers going into round 6 now. Veterans, most definitely, they need to keep the pace. If they even have to walk into round 7, along with the 3-3 scoreline, that is still going to be something that they can walk out of. Yeah, so you see what I did there? Yeah, wordplay. But walkover, most importantly, great. They've gotten the maximum advantage that they could. In a way, most definitely, they can get this round as well. But they are the ones on attack. And we know for a fact on Clubhouse happens to be a defender-favored map. You're getting your rounds done on attack, you are winning. That is exactly where almost walkover sit on a rather better advantage than Revex Veterans sit at right now. The main, I would say, the main out of the deal right now is going to be the fact that Revex Veterans will have to get this round on board. If they don't, that will advance almost walkover so much into the advantage that they already have secured. That is going to be a 4-2 walking into round 7 with the role swap. We know for a fact, defense happens to favor. Clubhouse happens to favor the defender's side. That's how the map is designed, and that's how they like to play. I think Almost Walkover has heard me out on the fact that you don't need to employ a nomad on a map like Clubhouse. That's why Zujin will be coming out with the cap it out. I'm just kidding, they haven't heard me. Just a joke. Just leave it out for everybody out there. We'll be seeing Zujin make his way up, and like I said, a good pick. They need that kind of differential. More importantly, they need that kind of dynamic, because if they don't, nomad is practically a weight that you're carrying. It's a dead weight. You cannot really make the best out of nomad. But the capital is definitely going to help them with a lot more. There'll be the smokes, there'll be the asphyxiating bolts, there'll be so much more. But Spaceman, though, he's done right. Going to make sure that he gets the slits to get on that job. While the breach on the kitchen has already happened, that's nice. Great, that's a good advancement for Almost Walkover once again. But are they aware of the Valkyrie? Rather playing on top. He's got himself a nice angle. Oh, the thermite man. No, he's got to get the turnaround. What a shot from Jix here. Definitely Kazu was not expecting that. That's a headshot from the thermite, taking the Valkyrie out. And that was the only Roma, mind you. Really well played by the thermite over here. Walking into this run now. 1 minute, 20 seconds left. They're trying to get ready for going down for the drop down. Will they be able to do that or not? Most possibly, Zurchin will be here prepping his bolts, making sure that the push is happening at time. But Spaceman has already made his way awfully close to the tunnel entrance. He's going to be dislodging the Legion a little bit with the concussion mines and whatnot. But he's got to make sure that he puts some brakes on the utility dump that he's trying to make. You don't want to invest too much to trying to make a particular push happen that does not have a success rate good enough. Zurchin, the captain, will be making way. He's a little confused. There we go. Darts come out, and that's the first smoke dispatch. Plant should go down any moment now. He's gonna get another one as well. Firebolts being put to use, but the planter is already down. And that's, oh boy. That is Revex Veteran showing exactly what they have. That is their gunpowder, but the plant has already gone down. Almost Walkover has got 2 men alive on their side. 2 versus 3, in fact. We're seeing Jix watch any potential plant coming up from top, but the main focus for the Slits is going to be staying alive at the spot that he's trying to hold down right now. Almost Jix is going to find the one flank. He comes in, he's going to find the Jaeger as well. Really well played. It's all on the Thunder. Thunder knows exactly what the Sledge is playing in, so this Thermite cannot go with the flank up top. That is why Almost Walkover being away with yet another round on round 6 as well. Like I said, if they happen to win this round, Revex Veterans will be finding themselves in such a huge deficit. That is not something you want to find yourself that they do right now. 42 walking into round 7, the role swap.
4-2 into role swap, going into defense on Clubhouse. Very, very well done for the side of Almost Walkover. And this is something we touched on before the game began, in the fact that Clubhouse can have several attacker-sided rounds, for that matter, despite being a defender-friendly map. And that is just pretty much how everything shifts in Rainbow Six into the meta shifts. Which ops are picked, which gadgets are picked, which gadgets are used, what kind of utilities there. It's always a dynamic situation with this game. And that's kind of, I think, what's happening with Clubhouse in recent weeks, of course, especially towards the end of Season 3 and now in the beginning of Season 4. And oh dear me, there goes X10. As the Rios has been called instantly from the side of Almost Walkover, and we will in fact be going into a rehost. And just after it rolls up, so, there's not going to be too much trouble getting the lobby back up. We will be right back with the game between Almost Walkover and Revis Veterans. Stay tuned.
All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Reback, the Esports Club Rainbow Six Siege League, powered by LG Ultragear, association with Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games Shop. We're back with the match that we happen to leave on a rehost. Much time off of you. We'll be right back into this game, and that is round 7 underway. We'll be seeing Spaceman come up with. He's got to come up with the 6th pick, that is from the Caveira onto the Valkyrie, while we'll be having Sonic come up with a 6th pick of his own, that is from the Kali, the Zofia. Well, definitely, before the rehearse went in, that was, in fact, a perfect rehearse of sorts, because the rehearse happened in halftime, and we did see almost walkover, takeaway, a very good advantage, a very definitive advantage indeed, that usually you don't happen to see when you're on attack, but they did that, and that's great, that's commendable. Walking into defense is going to be a differential. This is where the water will be tested for both of these teams. More importantly, it will be veterans, because they're the ones who stand at a deficit 4-2. Not a scoreline that we're looking at, but almost walkover. Definitely get 2 more runs on board. They can take match point in their favor. Let's see how that goes down. Eventually, we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But more importantly, is going to be the setup that walkover is bringing in. Small to make sure there's enough on the side. Reinforcing the last deep arsenal wall. They're making sure that they have enough. I'd say insurance, just in case you want to go for a long rotate. You have the impacts from the Legion as well. But most probably they'll be used for the impact trick that you want to do on the hatch. That is the hatch. Well, we'll see if that is going to be the case or not. Almost Spaceman will be bringing out the Valkyrie as well. A lot of Valkyrie implementation coming in for both these teams. In fact, they want to use Valkyrie. They like to play with the intel, and they will do exactly that. On the other hand, veterans still, the attackers like to bring in the IQ. Something that bothers me, that has been bothering me for a little too much now, but the push from garage has already happened. So actually, that's just going to be the Sophia right outside, as we see they're trying to go for a stock push, I believe. That is Rio with Tayo. Very interesting set of names, I believe, how their callouts must sound. One syllable here and there, and that is it. The entire strategy might not work where you expect it to. A top floor roam player is what veterans would I don't think this exactly might be the best idea. Happening to go for a church and hustle, might as well set up drones that happen to look on checkpoints, or choke points rather, more importantly. Choke points is the word I was looking for. Want to make sure that you have enough drone work being done over there. So if there's no rotations, that means there's no roam play coming out. Very, I'll say, a way of making sure there's no roamers, because now veterans will be manually checking every floor for themselves. Actually, they won't. They've realized that there's coming in for the head content, and that's why they'll be going for a little more. I think the push that they want to make is on towards the side of church and not the side of kitchen. That's where the kitchen hatch or the construction site has not been reached, and their push from warehouse has happened. Sonic still is he's scared if somebody's playing on the side of strip. He's going to make sure that there's nobody playing in the strip club area. Meanwhile, some shots being exchanged by Cater. Legion, I believe, on side as well. Kitchen hats still reinforced, while we'll be seeing all of the hats in open first and foremost. All right, looks like Relic Veterans definitely implying too much emphasis in terms of how they're attack. The utility dump that they're trying to make is too much. Getting all 3 hats is open, that's not even really necessary. Very honestly, it's not. Going for it, that means it becomes unpredictable. Well, they'll be coming in with the attack, but they stand to see it. Looks like the attack was right. My predictions were right. Coming into the church, they're making sure that they're having the intel. The church attack is what they'll be attempting to make, but the Zofia charge is what they'll be using first. Take away the bandit charges. Almost Gypsy. It's very well away. The fact that there's a possible angle being opened from up top, while almost Spaceman will be going a little close. He might get punished for the peak that he's trying to make here. He's just going to fall back. Oh, all right. That shot from the Valkyrie is going to connect. Tayo is going to get taken down, and one more comes up from Spaceman. The third comes up from Spaceman. What is this man doing? The man is definitely sending these attackers out of space, but there's another sweeper that is into play, and that is it. Almost walkover with the plays. That did come out of the Valkyrie with the MPX, getting everybody left, right, and center, dropping bodies, sending veterans back in body bags, and that is going to be round 8 coming up on our screen right now. But we'll be seeing almost walkover take this match very close to match point for themselves. 5-2 is the scoreline. It will be underway. What a round for almost walkover. Definitely Spaceman landing his headshots. Boy, oh boy, that the first shot was all right. That was a nice quick pick. The second shot that somehow connected onto two people watching the same angle. What was even what was the attackers? What was the attackers doing? I have no idea what went down in that area. But some really good plays coming in from there, and going ahead, definitely we'll find out a little bit more in terms of how they intend to fall back from this. Revex veterans definitely need to step up right now, because if they don't, it's going to be something that will bite them in the back once almost walkover set on match point. And like I said, you have to take yourselves the advantage. You have to take the advantage in defense. You really need to worry all that much, you know. But that is not something Revex veterans did. They happened to go on defense quite a lot. What to do when we walk into halftime, and now, like I said, I was trying to point this exact thing out. The fact that you are walking into halftime while you're on clubhouse attack, you want to get maximum offense done first. That is something veterans not comply. That is something they failed to do, and now they find themselves at a huge deficit in terms of round count. Definitely, the comeback is still, they can still make this happen, but the priority right now is going to be the fact that they do not allow almost walkover going to match point, more importantly, than getting their own rounds on board. But obviously, both those sentences go hand in hand. Fulfill one of that, you'll have to fulfill the other as well. Who does get spotted and taken out? A nice read from Kadir. I'm not sure why Gypsy wanted to go for that. Still went for it. Let's see going ahead if he'll be able to do that. Or that, you know, the man's deficit that we're seeing almost walk over half of themselves already. Gypsy definitely, he's going to be hit best right now, knowing that not something that he wanted to go for the rotate very late in the round indeed. Some nice angles being applied with the Rhino coming in from Jix, while we have Spaceman all the way on the side. Is that? Yeah, that is indeed the bottom of the stairs. New extension definitely giving so much more room potential to these defenders. Let's see if that is a conversion that they intend to make or not. Going ahead, we'll be seeing Spaceman hold down very strong, very steady. He had the wild pace come out of the last time, and this time around, thermal reach will be happening first. With Kadir making his way downstairs on stock, I believe he's about to meet the wild play any moment now, but Spaceman has got to be very careful in terms of how this play turns out for him. He's going to be noticing there's a window open, but is there a claimer to greet him? There's actually not. He could go for the speaking. He wants to throw out of his drone as well. This could very well work out for him, but he won't do that. Meanwhile, extend on the side. He's going to find a frag, and that is going to be Kadir. That was their bug down below. A very important frag lead, but the push from construction on the side of the attackers has already happened. If this hatch is open, he might as well go for it, but it's not. Still be cooking that, but the hatch somehow gets opened by the attackers. That is not a play you want to be making. I'm not sure if that's the right thought process, but no, there you go. Spaceman is going to find Sophia. He's not going to find the frag and Sonic exchanging some shots here. I think he's trying to go for the bandit tricks that are stopping him, but there you go. The quick peek comes in once again from Spaceman. That is the frag that the Valkyrie needed. That is exactly what the defense needed to convert this man count in their advantage. A 3 versus 4 with the main reach happened. That Thermite watching that, but here's Thunder trying to find the feed of whoever that is playing behind the green box. Pio taking a little bit of damage. That is from obviously the garage area, but there's a possibility from the Umai as well. Nothing to be done so far. We'll still be seeing Spaceman hold down below. Almost X10 will finally be taken out, but as looks like the nomad charges. What is pretty much a concern at this point for the defense, but no, Zildjian is here to step in. He's going to find a frag. He's not going to find another. It's essentially a 2 versus 1. Oh, there you go. This drop down comes in for the. Well, like I said, it's essentially a 2 versus 1, and now Spaceman comes in with the C4 place. Well done, Thunder goes down. He's taking the plan. He's not getting off of it, mind you. That means it's a post-plan situation, but no, Spaceman is going to attack you up quite a bit. He's not going to find the frag. He will indeed. That's again the Valkyrie with the plays. Once again from the side of Spaceman, and that is what is going to secure almost walkover. Another round on board for themselves. They'll be going to match point on this round. Boy, oh boy, what a play on round 8 from almost walkover. We'll be going to round 9 while they split on a 6-2 heavy and a very marginal advantage indeed. This is something I was not expecting walking into this match with the map being Clubhouse. Revex veterans definitely on the back foot, hugely staring into going to the lower bracket. It only stands to see what will happen going into round 9. Once again, Spaceman being absolutely amazing, absolute god indeed. What is the man even doing with his Valkyrie plays that he's getting to perform? Really well done. A double. In fact, there's two essential rounds that he got for his team, and that also did secure the match point for his team as well. Revex veterans definitely not thinking this through what they've come up with, and Spaceman definitely. I don't know if anybody will be getting this reference or not, but yeah, definitely it's ground control to Major Tom right now. He's sending everybody to space. Yeah, I think sure he's doing that perfectly well. What a connect onto the Hibana. Really well done. The quick working for the man to perfection. Going into this match, let's see how things will go turn out. Mind you, not the end for veterans. So even if they happen to lose the match, they still have the lower brackets coming up tomorrow. That is in the finals. They still have another chance at it. That is right, guys. Whoever loses today, that is between Almost Walkover and Revex veterans, and then Havocs versus KL11 will be fighting. The losers of these two matches will be fighting in the lower bracket for the final spot in Division 3. That is exactly right. You heard me right, people. They still have a chance, but right now, any chance that they had has been shut down. Not almost shut down, I'll say. It has been completely shut down by Almost Walkovers. Yeah. About a word play. We'll be seeing Almost make sure that X10, in fact, show up X10. Sure, he's got the soft breeze that he needs entirely. I'm sure why the construction hatch was not open the last time around, but more importantly is the fact that the attackers intended to open that for them, for the defenders indeed. That was a huge misplay. You shouldn't have done that, but then again, not essentially that was not the play that got them the run. But yeah, it's okay. We'll be seeing the attackers make their way on the side of CCTV. They want to counter this extensive room that has come up from the side of D. Well, but the positioning and whatever implication is being done, the utility that they're spending over here, got to pay them out. And it only stands to see Almost Walker will get a little cocky, you know. The advantage that they sit on, they happen to give that away. That is going to bite them back very, very hugely. Stuff like that. When you have to sit on 6-2 match point, let's see going ahead how things are going to turn out. Zurjin will go out to this angle. We've got Space along with the shield. Going to find the Sophia any moment now. He's going to peek that. Exactly what I'm talking about. You don't want to be doing this. A Spaceman has had very influential rounds in a life of the entirety of them. But will he be the one to take the fall this time around sooner or later? Oh, he almost finds the head of the Zofia. Not pretty far away, but the Zofia could find him as well. Might be anybody's connect. Be who lands it first, but no, Spaceman, all the while more wiser, is not going to peek that again. Coming with the fires. Not essentially something that, oh, there we go. Zofia charge being used to perfection, but there's the Hibana in play. Oh, he's going to take him out. That's not the Hibana, in fact, that is, I believe, that is the Hibana. Kai is going to get him, but he doesn't know that the Elba has been down. That is interesting. Seeing Zujin find a frag, and Zujin is going to find another. Zujin is not going to get shut down because there's another kill coming in from Almost Gypsy. Look at this rotate from the defense. It's all on the card there, and Rio. It's a 2 versus 5 for Revex veterans to do anything out of here, but it doesn't look like it. Almost Walkover might as well be walking over with this matchup, but Father is here to put a dent to that. Zujin with a triple kill, in fact, he's going to find one more. There's Rio creeping up on him. He doesn't know that he could use very well. Zujin still looking the other side. He's finally going to spot him, and that's a quad kill. Like I say, his name is not Zujin, the name's Quadjin. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the victory for Revex veterans walking away with, for Almost Walkover walking away with 7-2, and veterans definitely not having a great day today. They'll be relegated back to the lower bracket, make their way back up, and maybe, only maybe, get a spot in Division 3. 7-2 is indeed the score, and that's the scoreboard that you're happening to see after the re-host. Scoreboard, doesn't really look that colorful, that lit up. But yeah, then again, that was an amazing match for Almost Walkover. Definitely, for all the guns alive, it was a really nice day for them going ahead into this matchup. Let's see how things turn out. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back in just a moment. We've got Avox facing off KL11 in that match, and that is a match that I'm personally excited to watch. Let's see how that match will turn out eventually, though. We'll be right back in just a bit. I'm your host, Fox, and joining me is Blackjack. Don't go anywhere. Another semi-final match is up on your screens in just a moment. It all comes down to Kanda and Blanky for that matter. As Cyber is going to go down as well. Kanda, the only one full on HP. Blanky goes down. He gets a double for himself. Nice play and win. A triple from Kanda. It's all down to Simplex to clutch it in a 1 versus 1. But Simplex is going to be inside deep arsenal bullets. But the smoke is not. The SMG 11 pushing up to him. Only 11 bullets left in his mag. He has to make this clutch happen, but he won't. 0 sabers. Definitely cutting that.
Defender is off the board, but a C4 comes in. Will it take him? No! A double kill from Rico Risa and Drizzle right there. Shakti will deny the diffuser, but he will see 2. He will still get them, and he gets the Monty right here. The Mute is making things happen for his team. The C4 and the shotgun that is coming to life for the side of Z-Rush. He's in a 1v1 right now with Nikoriso the Maverick, and he knows where he's pushing from. And the Maverick knows where Shakti is sitting. A great play by the Mute, but will he be able to convert on it and give themselves a round win? The Maverick's going to go for the plant, but he's baiting. But no, Shakti will see him. He will ace it right here for the side of Z-Rush.
And as many shots as he can, but there's only so much the Jaeger can do. And he can do a lot actually. Drizzle's going to get himself a double kill. That's a diffuser down as well. Drizzle making some plays happen. He's going to get a third. That's Yokari of the board. Winning a 1v1 in that angle with the Kali. Gets a 4. Drizzle with the quad kill coming in for the side of Utables. Will he get the ace? He goes in for the pre-fire, but the drone B comes in from the Dokubi. Will he make some plays happen is the real question. Another charge goes out, but nothing to catch over here. Just going to move in right now. He does find the Maestro, and what a headshot connecting onto Cobra. Viper gets the first try, he gets the second. Does he get the third? He gets the third as well. Third is obliterating Never Diamonds right now. He's cutting them through. It's all down to Shulker and Mojo to keep things alive for themselves. Very influential operators for Never Diamonds. But that's a triple kill for Mike. It's all down to Cobra all of a sudden. He gets the frag onto the Thermite. Now it's a 1 versus 1. Not sure what the Thermite was doing, eating away the electric fuel charges from the Bandit. Definitely in a very confused spot for that man, as Maestro does spot the twist drone coming close to him, and that is what is going to give away his position. Mike taking away 1 HP from the Maestro while he himself stays on 20. The Maestro cam goes out first. He's going to notice that, and that is it. A finisher from Never Diamonds. As what a play from them on this first half. 5-2. But he's not even going to focus on it. What are you doing, Seth? The planter is out in front of you. He gets that refrag in. It's all down to Bijay now. In a 1 versus 2 clutch moment, he's got to make this play happen. Gets the planter. That's at least somebody from Esports is noticing where the planter is. It's all down to Sam. In a 1 versus 1 now. He's got to make this clutch happen if he wants the advantage against Esports. It's a SMG 11 versus the L8 coming in. The diffuse counter. Oh, he gets that. Bijay with the clutch coming in on a 1 versus 2. The Mute is going to put the equalizer on board for the side of Esports. Notorious still playing very close to side. Poindex, alright, he's gonna tag up with Zofia, but nothing to do so far. Notorious, any time now to make this push happen. Poindex is gonna take down Envy. That's a push that is not expecting maybe. Notorious has to make this play happen. That's part of the oh boy! The C4 comes in, that's a diffuser drop, he gets the cover as well. Notorious playing on a very influential spot, he's gonna get the drop down. Does he get the capital? Yes, he does. Notorious once again coming in with the 1 versus 2 clutch essentially. Poindex made his way inside, but the pre-fires give away his position. He's still gonna win that, and he's gonna fall down to Poindex. Meanwhile, another drop happens that is not going to get taken out. Oh, is that an interrogation coming in? Yes, it is. Mighty is going to get one. He is going to get another. Notorious goes down. It's a triple kill for the Cabrera right now, and the interrogation is live for the defenders. The push comes in. Tsukushima goes lighting up him. C4 does get spotted out by him. The audio cues are being given away. He's going to take that C4 away, but at what cost is a real question. A 1 versus 4, and the Cabrera is here to greet him with the silent step, and a 4 right now is not essentially much emphasis, but the Black Beard is already closed in. The alibi does find one. That's Tsukushima goes out of the way. He gets Rattler. Patamon is here to refrag onto him. Yes, he will. It's a 2 versus 2 right now. Remus force, if they do, it's only going to come down from Snow. Deathon still very, very patient. Does not do the Zofia. He gets the kill. A very nice one. That's a triple kill for Deathon so far. And the alibi. Actually, Snow is here to get that frag onto him. Deathon maneuvering himself back, and he gets the frag. Kira Esports walk away with a quad kill. Starting off from this man. Now for Esports and Quantum Season for that matter. Oh, look at that. Tsukishima Goat is going to claim the life of Aniket with that amazing C4 coming in from him, but the push from Laundry has happened. Beat is the one making that push, but he's going to lose that gunfight to Tsukishima Goat. It's all right, Poseidon. He's got to make some plays happen, but Tsukishima Goat once again proving the last suffix that he's got himself in the name, the Goat. Alrighty then, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the W Black the Esports Club Rainbow Six Siege League powered by LG Ultragear Association with Fibernet, Zotac Gaming and Games the Shop. I'm your host Foxtrot, and today we'll be watching the second semi-final match coming up. KL11 facing off Havocs right here now on this match of Clubhouse. That's right, Clubhouse, we're back at it once again. No surprise. At this point, I'll only be surprised if the map is not Clubhouse. But going into this matchup, we'll be seeing the Maverick ban come up and a Mountain ban. We won't be seeing the Thatcher ban come out. That means KL11 will be having themselves a little bit more of, let's say, more dynamic secure. They will only have to run the Hibana, maybe even the Thermite. They might intend to run both of them, but the Thatcher will definitely be run by them. The defensive ban is going to be the Pulse come out from them. Very interesting. I would not really commend that ban. You know, I mean, Clubhouse is no cafe. Coming with a Pulse ban, there's essentially only one side that you'll be taking or crippling the defenders off, and that is Church and Arsenal. Going into the fourth ban, that is going to be the defensive ban from there. And let's see. That if it's going to be, never mind. I was expecting a Valkyrie ban, but the Echo will get banned. All right, very interesting. Echo ban comes up from them. The Maestro or the Echo ban could be in the case here, but the fact that the very wholesome chat from Lynch and the IGLs, both those teams, in fact, getting this match very healthy, very good sportsmanship from both these teams. Skullux, Mischief, Bot, Pulscat, and Knight will be on the side of KL11, while we have Lynch, Lakshya, Teddy Oe, Stam, and Kingslayer on the side of Havocs. Mind you, this is indeed the semifinals, guys. That means whoever happens to lose today will have to move to the lower brackets, while the other team will be securing a spot in the finals. That is something that so much more at stake. Clubhouse will be the map, and Skullux is going to come up with a 6th pick from the Blitz onto the Jackal. A very interesting 6th pick indeed. Looks like they want to bring out the guns alive, and more importantly, they want to beat down Havocs exactly where they happen to excel. I believe that is the roam play. Exactly what I'm talking about. Kingslayer with the Witcher plays as well. Most possibly going to be the roam game that we'll get to see from him. But there's a Jackal from Skullux that will putting a full stop to that. Definitely, I'll do that. But Teddy Oe has brought the Mina into play. Very interested in terms of how this should turn out, because the Mina play on Church and Arsenal, not very recommended. There's very less areas that you can make it work to perfection. Let's see if Teddy Oe will be able to do that or not going into this matchup. Main patience and time aside for him, while Lakshya will be on top. Going to make sure that very ecstatic. The man is very excited to get into this match. Look at that. I really want to know what DPI Lakshya plays on. Oh boy, that's some flick potential the man just had, but he wants to go for a spawn peak right now. But there's no point here right now, Lakshya. Sad to say that, but yeah, that's just the case right now. Gonna come with a little bit of a peek. Claim either. Thermite knows exactly what he's supposed to go on the drone first. Get intel. More than that, they'll be getting the head of Lakshya. That was indeed the Valkyrie trying to come back, and that was the Thatcher making sure he shuts her down from there. That's from the bathroom that he got the frag on. Yeah, there you go, the dead body on the main stairs. Very well played, very methodical attack that we're getting to see from KL11. Starting things off already with a frag. Valkyrie takes the fall, and Kingslayer will be up top. But the drones from Puscat will possibly be spotting Gimmies inside bathrooms right now. Make his way back up, and there you go. The drone, I think that the attacker just happened to get off the drone. They must have spotted him out, and there's another push happening. And yes, indeed, the Jackal will be cutting out the rotation while the Hibana is making the push. This might be something that Kingslayer will be able to convert on. The logistics hat is still not open. That gives him so much more space to work with. But another position on the Hibana is definitely given away. Jackal comes in, but there's a rotation from the Wizard. He's going to go back. He's going to find the Zofia. Oh, yes, he will. He whiffs. What was he doing? Why did he just move a smash all around him? What was that, Virgil? What was that, Kingslayer? I'm not sure what he did there. But he was definitely confused. He himself did not know what he's trying to do. And that was really funny. Excuse me, Kingslayer, but that was hella funny, man. That was really funny. We'll be seeing a lot of time wasted on the side of the attackers. They have gotten a whole lot of map control done, but at least the breaches are happening right in place. 1 minute left and the push shall happen on the stairs. Example, we're watching the blue stairs while we having Teddy Oe all the way outside the Church. a possible Hibana plays into play here, but Lynch is the one who's trying to stop them right there in the tracks, in fact, because the kitchen hatch breach is still not happening. Lynch watching if anybody flips up main stairs, but nobody, at least as of now, while the breach on Hibana on the kitchen hatch will be happening. Damn, he's waiting for where he's trying to make this push happen, while Lynch will be the one to get spotted up with the Jackal scan. Damn, waiting, scared, very scared until how the drone is come down to this. Nobody on main stairs that gives him so much more room to work, play on the spot. This could be very fatal in case they don't beat this out, this play out from the Jaeger indeed. Zam in a really nice spot, but the drop down has already happened on the side of kitchen. And look at this, everybody is already on the side. They want to go for the plan, but the plan is going to be Knight is all off side. Scarlet, it's a little bit insult to injury. He's going to find another frag, but here Steady Oi with the becomes alive, and yes, the flank from Zam. This is exactly what I was talking about. He's going to get on the hatch. Now the plan should go down right beneath him. Pause this. This might be very fatal. Does no one? Yes, he does. And Zofia comes up with a frag. But here's another C4 that Teddy is going to convert on. Zofia tracks up Teddy quite a bit. The vector in hand against the Zofia and the Thermite. Got to be very careful. Both of them watching the crossfires exactly that they need to be. Will they be able to convert this into a victory for KL11? Yes, they will. With the Zofia finishing that kill up. Mischief being very mischievous. First round start for KL11 will be on the board. 1-0 is the scoreline. Will be going to round 2. Really well played by KL11 there. Very swift attack. Exactly when they needed to take out the advantage, and they did exactly that. The round coming in from them going into this matchup. Church announcement will be the side that the defense come up with once again. I would really not recommend the Mira coming up from Teddy once again, as that did happen to be a stall point for the attackers, but not for long after they happened to isolate the roam game. Came out from KL11. Definitely something they need to step up on, but let's see if they'll be able to do that or not. Lynch comes up with a captain pick, but he gets it picked right back to the Maestro. All right, he did bring the Maestro last time around as well, but here's the differential. I think they're going for a turtle hold. This time around, no roam play will come out from them, and that is what makes Church Arsenal a very viable side. You don't essentially need to have a roam game if you're having a good turtle hold. That's why Lynch has chosen the Maestro. That's why we've got Teddy and the Vita as well. And Kingslayer, who was in place, will be coming over the Legion instead.
My beautiful evil eye is ready.
Unrolling razor wire.
Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, I am back, and unfortunately I had a bit of a disconnection right there. My connection was losing quite a lot of packets, so unfortunately I wasn't there to catch the end of the previous game. And the first round of this game clearly as K11 is 1-0 on round 2, and I can see the map is Clubhouse. I'm of course happy to be back, and I'm pretty sure Foxy is glad to have me back, because that means he can rest his voice in between rounds as well. I just really hope my net doesn't give out. So far it's been holding stable, so you know, I'll give my all. And this semi-final match, definitely very, very exciting indeed. The Mira is actually in play from Teddy. Something I'm noticing right off the bat, the Mira is in play, unbanned. Of course, the Mira was unbanned even in the last match that we had between Walkover and Revolution X Veterans. But to have a Mira in play on Basement Chess is going to be interesting to see how the side of KL11 decide to use her. As, of course, Mira is a pretty versatile operator. She can be used in a lot of situations in a lot of sites, as the Jaeger is going to be droned out by Knight. That's towards the blue stairs. Meanwhile, Skullex is going to be going down. The Logistics has droning for himself, as there's another drone on top. Meanwhile, Postcat has already made his way towards the central bar area, as it looks like the push is going to be coming in from the side of K11. Meanwhile, Havoc's, as Foxy stated, of course, just as the round began, looks like they are, in fact, doing a turtle hole. I'm not seeing any defenders roaming too far off his sight, maybe lurking around the place, but nobody really far out there, so to speak. Maybe unless the Jaeger, that Zam, has some other ideas towards the blue stairs area. The Hibana is going to be going for the breach on towards the hatch on Moto, as well as probably the kitchen hatch anytime soon, as there's a down and a kill from Zam onto Skullex. That's a pretty big one right there. The Jackal is gone, so unfortunately those footprints from the side of the defenders will be safe, as the KL11 have just lost a man. It's a 4 versus 5 right now, going into the second round. Less than 70 seconds remain for the side of K11 to get this push in. Of course, having just lost one man, it's going to be a little harder for them to try and get everything done, as Luxia is waiting for somebody to go into kitchen, but it doesn't even look like there is a kitchen push coming in from the side of K11. They did have the Hibana temporarily there along with the Thatcher, but outside of just that one impact done by Mischief, there is no emphasis on towards the side of kitchen. Teddy Oi, now that means his area towards the basement church has become all the more important because the push is probably going to be coming in from there, push towards church. Zam, in the meanwhile, slowly encroaching towards garage, actually from garage towards the lounge area. The man's on the roam right now on the flank. This could be pretty big, especially if he finds the the Hibana that is towards lounge right now. He's going to be hearing the Hibana very close to him, as there are concussive grenades being thrown in towards the basement church side. The Hibana has dropped down the motor hatch as well, as Mitch is going to find Teddy Way. That's the Mira down, and the push is in. There's another down from the Thatcher, as Luxia will find Puskat in the meanwhile, but he gets refragged onto by Knight instantly. The plant is coming out from Knight towards the boxes, but no, there's a Maestro from inside of blue, and time is going to run out for the side of the attack, as that last down from the Maestro was the denial of the diffuser, and time, the clock, is what's going to give the side of Havocs their first round on defense. What a second round from them, holding it against all odds even when they were losing bodies. All it took was that one kill to stop KL11 from getting the round. Basement Church goes to them. 1-1 is the scoreline, and this match has truly begun. All right, so with everything said and done, of course, round 3 is going to be in play from both of these teams right here, as the Jackal is going to be 6th picked out into the Capitao from Skullix, I believe. Yes, in fact, he is going to be bringing in that operator, and Lynch with the 3000 IQ play of the Mira into the Mira. But here's the thing. The site is what is to be considered right now, seeing as it is Gym Bedroom from the side of the defenders. Not CCTV, it is Gym Bedroom. As looks like things are going to be pretty interesting going on from here, so to speak. And once again, with the Mira in play, of course, we know how this probably, I'm pretty sure all of our viewers know how this particular hole goes. There's going to be a Mira window, facing the main wall of the bedroom hallway from inside a bathroom. The other one is up to the discretion of Havocs where they want to put it, and maybe on the construction wall. That would be very risky, of course, because it could be shot out from the window right next to it. And that'd be very, very interesting indeed to see where this comes in.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
All right, looks like the mirror window is not actually going to be going there. It's going to be going towards the logistics. Okay, the logistics wall from bedroom facing Secret Stash, or is it from Secret Stash into bedroom? Where you put it down, of course, is very important, seeing as where Mira is where the open side of the mirror will be, as it looks like it's going to go on logistic office itself. All right, very interesting indeed. A crouch Mira on a hard wall directly opposite the hatch on logistics office. Risky, definitely a little risky, especially if the logistics hatch push comes in from the side of KL11. As there you go, that hatch has already been breached, and now of course Lynch has to be careful. He's gonna go for a C4 toss, but there's nobody directly above him, so that C4 from the Mira, unfortunately, is not gonna be finding anybody anytime soon. Meanwhile, Teddy, we saw the Castle throw out a proximity alarm towards the main stairs. I believe that was because, again, Castle, of course, had to trade in his impacts for those proximity sensors. Meanwhile, Kingslayer, the bandit, looks like he won't even be attempting a trick on towards the main wall. I think he may still be. There's a Thatcher going off as a bot from K11 has found a kill onto Zam. That's a pretty big one right there, and that is your alibi off the board. Your roamer down, but the UMP from the pulse light, the castle lights up as Terio is going to get that kill onto bot. The refrag is in, but the Mira takes a bit of damage from the attacker inside of the red rotation. And that looks like the buck right there, Mischief. As meanwhile, Puskat in the meanwhile is trying to go for a push with the thermite probably on towards the main wall. Meanwhile, Mischief finds Teddy. That's your castle on board. The UMP is down, and it's a 3 versus 4 for KL11. Havoc's not in a good situation right now, as they, of course, have lost 2 pretty big defenders. Luxia on the first floor. He could go for a pretty influential flank. In the meanwhile, Kingslayer, he's still sitting pretty at the main wall of... nope, he's actually not. He rotates back in towards site. But it doesn't look like the hard breach is going to come out from the side of the attacker. Puskas will find Lynch in the meanwhile, making it a 4 versus 2. And there's the drone that spots Kingslayer inside a bathroom. He's going to rotate out But there's another drone at the drone hole that he has to be careful of. Luxia holding down the logistics meter window. Is he going to find a kill? He's going to go for it. No, not quite. He knows better than to go for that, as the construction push has, of course, been given a bit of a scare. And there's going to have to be a push from inside of the bedroom window. And C4 comes out from Kingsley. He's going to find one. That's a pretty influential kill right there. Bot goes down. There's less than 30 seconds remaining for the side of kill 11. The run out's in. Will he find one? No, there's the buck with cover. And beautiful cover it is from Mischief. It's all down to Luxia in a 1v3 as the attackers are slowly starting to come into sight. There's drone spotting exactly where he is in the hallway as the push into gym has happened. Will the buck find this? No, he won't. Will the thermite find him? Yes, he will. And that is KL11 with the third round going in their favor on the attack. Gym bedroom goes to them. And what a beautiful play from the attackers to win this round. 2-1 is the scoreline going in to round 4.
Now, I've got to let this out there. The Mira play is definitely not working out for Havocs. It's just not influential. It's just not helping them put anything on board. Even if you're trying to employ the Mira on a site that is very Mira, that's it, a little more Mira specific. Gym bedroom definitely. Mira plays are very commendable, but the Mira was placed on a logistics wall on towards the side of construction. Not very advisable. They'll do that on the side of secret stash, possible on the side of bathroom as well. That did come in, but I think at this point, the team Havocs should abandon Mira, and they did. That's good. Going into this match, I'm sure they'll be having a dynamic coming up in terms of how they like to play this. Mira was not the play, definitely not for the team. Going on for 3 rounds in succession. Going into round 4, we'll be seeing Lakshya come up with the Jaeger pick. Lynch will be on the Teddy O will still be running the castle, while we have Sam with the alibi and Kingsley on the bandit. Let's see how that turns out. Going ahead into the matchup, there's definitely a whole lot that the defenders will have to worry about. The alibi, alright, she's running on the default skin. That means when she brings out the prismas, definitely going to be something that will happen to spot the real alibi from the prismas, obviously. But let's see if KL11 are wise enough to do that. Stepping into the match right now. We've got Skullex making sure he's getting the default camp first. A Mischief running the hollow on Buck. You know, while since I've seen that, and rocking the rogue skin, in fact. But I'm a fan of myself, and I've got that skin myself as well. That's something me and Mischief have in common. But apparently the man just does not like to use the ACOG on it. We've seen Knight make his way up top, off the breach. Most definitely he'll do that. He's got the Pusscat on the Thatcher as well to exactly help him for the same. Still waiting on some information that's supposed to get traded off from the attackers. Bot, along with the Buck, he'll be making his way up top garage. But there's a castle barricade that is stopping their lines of sight all the way on the side of metal stairs. The Legion, Lynch, waiting on the metal stairs, is going to farm another mine up. But the entryway has already been opened inside the garage without having to open the castle barricade. That does put Legion in a tough spot. There's the alibi as well to help them. And I believe that's a prone peek from Bot. Oh yes, he's going to spot him. He lights him up a little bit, but that's not enough to convert it into a frag. And now Bot has pushed up. Try to see. There could be a possible C4 placed down below, but not at least as of now. Breach will be happening, while Chief has to be all the while more careful how he intends to play this out. Aggression will get caught out. The drone hole from where the Legion will get spotted up, but yet he hasn't been very strong. Lynch is actually planning to stick this spot. Very interesting. Dam's alibi does spot at the Buck, and that does give away information, but the Hibana is going to spot him from the hole that she made. That is bench off the board. The Legion not able to do a whole lot of work, but more importantly, very bizarre fact. The attackers haven't had to drone this spot even for once. There you go. Now the drones come out. That's definitely going to give away information. Make sure that it's just going to make sure that all of that information is traded off and well in place. Kingslayer is going to find a frag. The alibi waiting very patiently, but the Hibana with the pre-fire is going to connect that. He's going to connect the third. Very well played from bottom before he gets shut down by Teddy. But he's already done the damage. That cannot be reverted back. That is some amazing plays from the Hibana indeed. Teddy rotates back to logistics, crossing the side of construction. In fact, it's all under Teddy. Knight is going to take down a Kingslayer as well. But not the position of Teddy does get given away with that pre-fire that he tried to pick. Plan is going down from Knight. There's perfect cover for the attackers, and Teddy makes a big test. Get a frag, collects off the board. Sofia takes the fall. Thermite watching this very angle, and Knight very careful in terms of how he wants to focus. He's still going to miss all of his shots. Kedio tries to land some of them. It's just going to light him up for the while. Mischief, I think he's behind him. Yeah, there you go. Mischief might as well find this frag if he wants to. Got to go for the white pick. Kedio very confused, but Mischief won't be. KL11 will be walking away with that round once again. Round 4 will be theirs. That is another victory that they have put on board as KL11 managed to keep the rampage going on for them. Let's see if that momentum does get stopped by Havocs, because they're the ones got an attack. I'm giving see telecast to what happened last match. The attackers having to win out of defense back to back, while the defense just cannot stand up against them. 3-1 is the scoreline, and we're going to round 5.
Actually, very well observed right there, Foxy. It is pretty similar to what was happening between Almost Walkover and Revolution X Veterans, where Almost Walkover on the attack, they took it to roll swap 4-2. And of course, we had a Rios after that, and during which Rios, of course, my internet died. But I have, of course, updated myself, brought myself up to speed with what happened. And yeah, Almost Walkover going into defense with with that big round advantage, managed to win it out 7-2. It was absolutely amazing and pretty dominating right there. You know, it went against what I had stated in the pre-game little talk that we did, that I don't see either game going, not going overtime. And Almost Walkover probably heard me and said, you know what, let's show him what's for. And well, they definitely showed me what's for with that beautiful performance right there, as KL11 right now on the attack have been doing a very similar thing indeed, winning rounds on attack on Clubhouse in the first half before the round 7 roll swap. And that, you know, presents a bit of an interesting question. If Clubhouse is also defender-sided, what has happened to the defenders that is allowing KL11, or any attacking team for that matter, to get away with attacking advantages in the first half? Well, primarily it's down to the mistakes that the defenders make, and it's down to the attackers, how they capitalize on their utility, on any misplaced utility from the defenders, on how they capitalize on the defenders' mistakes and punish them accordingly. It is a game of back and forths in the end, even if the round history might not indicate that. There is still a back and forth every round between players, between utility, gunfights, and excuse me, everything in between. So props to KL11 for having done what they have so far, as the mirror windows are going to be placed down by Teddy once again. Very, very insistent on bringing the mirror. That is, of course, Team Havoc's right here. But again, it hasn't really worked out for them, so to speak. You know, round 2, they tried to bring the Mira. I believe that was on Basement Church. Not really a good thing that worked out for them at all. Round 3 on Gym, that is. That also didn't work out. And as we have, oh, is that a Jackal finding where Kingslayer is? In fact, that is the Mozzie's footprints that have been scanned. And Scullix has to be pretty careful, as the Mozzie going to come in with the peek. He's going to pre-fire. No, he won't. He doesn't know where the Jackal is. And Scullix will hide and pounce on his prey. Kingslayer goes down. The Mozzie is off the board. That's a pretty big kill right there, as the Jackal is, that is of course one big facet of wrong play right there. The Jackal being in play, of course, makes it a little bit easier to spot defenders, and less drones being used allows the attackers to save on drone economy. Right now, with the way this round is progressing, it doesn't look too good for the side of Havocs, but mind you, time is what they could capitalize on. That is what they did in the Basement Church hold of round 2. That's why they have a round in their board. That is why they did get their ball rolling. But that has been the only round they've won so far out of the 4 rounds we've had. This 5th round, as we have the vertical lines of sight being made, no, Luxia is going to challenge that and find Pusscat. That is a Thatcher gun. That's a pretty big kill right there, as the Kaid charges won't be EMP'd just yet. Looks like no Kitchen Ass Breach is going to be coming out from the side of the attack. KL11 with that unfortunate loss of a Thatcher. It's got 4v4 right now, as Hibana's going to have to go elsewhere to get her hatch breach done. And that hatch breach looks to happen, excuse me, on the side of Moto, as there's another push coming in from the Jackal towards the main stairs. The C4's out. Will it connect? No, it won't. No damage done either, as Bot's going to find Zam. In the meanwhile, that's the Jaeger of the board, as the drone has found exactly where Tedio is sitting as well. Once again, with less than 35 seconds remaining, the side of KL11 need to make this push happen. As C4 comes up from the Valkyrie, Boss gonna find one. That's Teddy out of the board. There's a push in from Dirt. Will the Valkyrie see it? No, she won't. That's Mischief with the kill onto the Valve. It's all down to Lynch, the lone man with the TCSG, holding down the Dirt door from the boxes of Arsenal. He's the last man standing. Shots right behind him. Will he find the buck? Yes, he will. The plant's coming off. In the meanwhile, there's a push from the main stairs. Lynch at a 1v3 right now in the post plant. No, he will not even get to see it, as Scullix will finally, clean up on to the last man standing, and that is the Jackal with the kill. Round 5 goes to KL11, and what a show we've had from them so far. 4-1 on the last round, going into the last round before roll swap, round 6.
11 definitely not leaving any stone unturned here. They've got 4 rounds in succession. That's very huge. That's, in fact, they have to be on attack. Able to do that on Clubhouse. Very huge. Props to KL11 for getting those rounds on board. And what an amazing home clip that they're having to make. Skullex with the Jackal is definitely something that has been working out for them. And I believe the Jackal was banned yesterday when it came to the map of Cafe. Or maybe KL11 did not want to employ Skullex on that operator. Skullex yesterday, though, not that I happen to remember about it, he was playing the influential part.
Locate and defuse
He's bringing in the Capita, he's bringing in the Nomad, and whenever there were changes, everything that was necessary, you know, playing a perfect flex support that his team needs. That is exactly what has been putting KL11 at their rounds on board, and more importantly, that is exactly why KL11 has failed so far. Semi-finals. They might as well be the team to secure their spot in the finals as well, but so far, Havocs has been a no-show, and that is something Havocs will have to worry about, if not sooner than later. Right now, 4-1 is the scoreline. It's one round away from the roll swap. If they don't even happen to get another round on board, KL11 will be sitting 1 round away from match point. That is something they'll have to worry about quite a bit. And let's see if KL11 will be on a 5-1 here in the roll swap, or will it be Havocs getting another round on board and putting a stall to what KL11's momentum has been so far. Amazingly well done. Let's see, going ahead, how that is going to be. Skullex making his way up to the hollow side, running on the main AR of the Jackal. Got Bot as well. Running the Hibana. Possibly going for a breach from this side around. Alright, there you go. You gotta connect that, you know, sometimes it does. But yeah, it's okay. It's not enough. It's not a huge chunk of time wasted either. So that's okay. And there you go. KL11 not doing the mistake that almost walkover did. Getting the garage beats done right off the bat. That is enough pressure for this team. That is going to put Doc in the spot. Now, Teddy Oy will have to challenge whatever he's trying to do with a whole lot more angles to watch out for. And let's see if he'll be able to do that or not. The moment I said watch it, for some reason, Don Cena's theme track started playing in my head. But yeah, anyways, jokes apart. We'll be seeing Lynch hold on awfully close. Alright, that is very close to the lead. Meanwhile, the drop on the Jackal has already happened. He might as well pick a fight with the Legion over here, which is gonna move back to the bathrooms. Zam has got to be very careful in terms of what peaks brings out right now. The one bad peak, and that'll be it for him. But Skullex is gonna take Boomine. Or more than that, he's gonna take a few more shots to himself. Skullex, I think the Legion's expecting he's down, but no, the impact comes in from himself indeed. And that's the downward play from Zamu here. That might as well be the conversion that he needed. Pretty well done. It's all on a Skullex now. He's still got to find the Valkyrie as well as the Legion. I don't think he's aware that Kingslayer is playing right below here, and this might be the mount that they need. Like I said, Havocs really need to put this round on board. But will they be able to do that? Skullex happens to be on the very pivotal role of turning that into a yes or no. Kingslayer has moved back while the Legion is still standing very strong. They've come to a standstill, not much being done. But meanwhile, Teddy is going to find Pusscat, and like I said, hey, Lynch is going to find Mischief as well. The possible refrag. No, what a turnaround from Teddy. He's going to find another frag, and that's night off the board. It's on Skullex. The man has to perform in a 1 versus 5 Ace clutch situation. So many eyes on him, and more importantly, it's so much work that he has to go through. Legion is going to get taken off the board. Zam takes the fall. That's a quick headshot from the Jackal, but very low on HP. That's like around 5 HP, I believe. There's a shotgun being employed very close. Lynch was exactly what he's doing. While Skullex, I believe he's taking a timeout for his team. He discussing what went wrong and use this time to do the best. No, he's just making sure he does that. 10 seconds left, and yeah, he's just going to stall this out. He's going to make sure there's enough strategy. But that means that Havocs did get this on board, and very well done, in fact. 4-2 will be the scoreline that we'll be walking into the full swap. Take that to perfection. Let's see if Havocs will be able to keep that pace up as they move for attack now. 7, but that is definitely going to be an uphill task because KL11 do not like to give away rounds. So far, that has been the tradition for them so far. Let's see how that'll be. 7 going up, Blackjack, the mic is all yours.
Thank you for that, Foxy. And Havoc, of course, doing a good job, a great job, in fact, on this last round that we just had. Beautifully holding it down, especially Zam on the Legion. Heard the breach charge being placed on the bathroom wall, impacted it, and unfortunately, Hibana was caught trying to detonate what was already a destroyed breach charge. Unfortunately, you know, he didn't think that impact was going to come out. He didn't think that play was going to come out. And that was, of course, one of the big turning points in that round 6. Now, going into roll swap, this is where the most important and the most exciting facet of this match will probably lie, which is the question of whether or not winning round 6 and going into roll swap on attack will give Havocs enough of a boost and enough momentum to maybe even get farther rounds on attack. If they're able to, then absolutely well done to them. But if KL11 continue, but excuse me, I wouldn't really be surprised if KL11 continue to win rounds with just that one little dent in the middle. Meanwhile, we've got rotations coming in from Mischief, the man with the castle. He's got the proximity alarms as well. The super shorty that he stole from Mozzie is in his hands, of course. Customized nice and well as well. Castle Barricades are going to be going off. Excuse me. Actually, his last one's going to be thrown in towards the construction window, as Jaeger's going to be reinforcing the triple reinforcement towards the metal stairs of his cash room. CC wall will probably be reinforced as well. There you go. The castle's actually already on that. The Mira being set up from the side of KL11 as well. Looks like they want to try and bring the Mira in play for themselves. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how they manage to pull this one off. If they do, that is, as excuse me, earlier in the rounds we did see Havoc's attempt Mira plays, and it really didn't work out for them. Meanwhile, Kingslayer is going to go for a breach onto this single reinforcement wall of construction. This, of course, puts a little bit of an issue in the hands of Mischief, the castle playing in this area, because now holding down constructions has got a whole lot more harder. He wanted to go for a peek right there, but Zam will be throwing under the drone instead to try and find where these operators are playing. And there we go. The castle's been spotted. The UMP is going to take out the drone, but the intel is in, and that's what really matters right here. Zam wasn't necessarily going for a kill from off the back of that drone. He was going for intel that his teammates can convert into a kill if they are able to be, proactive enough to go for it. Meanwhile, there is, of course, the thermite thatcher in play on the gym bedroom main hallway wall, of course, as Thermite is trying to throw some flashbangs in through the drone hole. Meanwhile, the Ash is going to get the castle barricade off. That is going to force Pusscat the Bandit to pull back as he's afraid of the shots being fired. But Sam's going to find Mischief in the meanwhile. That is their castle overboard. Caught rotating back to site from the looks of things. And that's a pretty big kill right there. The UMP is gone. Meanwhile, the Mira has been spotted inside of the second floor bathroom next to bedroom, excuse me, as the main breach has come down from the Thermite, and the shots are fired from behind him. All right, that's very interesting. That's Luxia, who's already made his way into sight. A very quick rush coming out from the side of the attacker right at the Ash, who's going to be found. Not quite. The plan is coming down from Terio. In the meanwhile, the C4 from Bandit was used, but there's just another one from Skullex, the Valkyrie, who drops the diffuser. But Kingslayer is now going for the plant in a different location. The pings are in as the shots are being fired, and the diffuser's dropped again. It's a 2 versus 3. However, the refrag is in onto bot as Pusscat now has to go back up. The diffuser has been recovered, and they got to go for another attempt at a plant. But Havoc's, they've been stopped twice. You're actually going to see the Bandit, but the shots are exchanged. No damage being done. Luxia is the one to go for the plant itself as the marks are in. The shots are going to be fired. Will he find him in time? Not quite. But the Bandit is here to get the kill. Will he find the other one on the bedroom window? Not quite. The refrag's in. It's a 1v2 for the Valkyrie, and he's going to be taken out as well on the main stairs. It was a huge back and forth right there between both these teams, and it's going to be the side of Havoc's who come out victorious. They just had the advantage in the man count, even when the refrags were in from the side of KL11, and they are shortening this deficit slowly but surely. 4-3 is the score going into round 8.
Oh boy, KL11 had 3 men alive while the plant was going down, and all 3 of them had 3 denials to their account. that was something. That was something I was not expecting to happen. But KL11 denied the plant from going down every single time. It did come down to a fist fight that they had to take, gunfight rather, that they had to take on the main stairs to the Bandit. But that was a really, really heated moment for KL11. Make it out of that spot. They didn't make it though, but that was a great attempt. I've got to give them that. Really good attempt from KL11 to keep that alive. But once again, the Mira being hit by downstairs from side KL11. Good church and arsenal. The Mira, the smoke we've got the Alibi and the Maestro being employed, while the Mischief will be on the Jaeger. Interesting set of ops here. We don't have a whole lot of, they don't have a whole lot of implications on that they want. They're not got the Valkyrie, the Maestro indeed. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mean to doubt Skullix and his playing. Definitely not something I want to do here. But Maestro has not just been working out for the side of. Because right now, KL11 has got to make sure they get themselves the advantage. If they don't, folks will be the ones to walk away with an equalizer. Like I said, Havocs has definitely been putting their rounds forward and to attack. Something I was not expecting walking into a map of Clubhouse, but they've done that. That is commendable. Going into round 8, let's see if they'll be able to keep that up or not. Some pre-fires being made from both these teams. Yeah. Establishing complete control into making sure that they have enough room to work with. Puskat comes up with, he's going to come up with, yeah, there you go, the shield placement. So he's trying to find this right spot for it. The roots are what are stopping him. There you go, Puskat, come on. No, he is not going to find it. Dude, you've got to have a little more patience than that, Smoke. Well, you will find it, but something else is going to be found, and that's going to be head, steady eye from the Alibi. Really well done. Very interesting, that shot went down through. I'm not sure how that came in, but Lakshya will be all the while more scared in terms of how he intends to fight. Probably Skullix is waiting here for a possible impact trick, and so is the Alibi. It's a double impact trick coming up. That means all the pellets that will be expended by the Hibana will get taken to that. That is exactly why the Maestro and the Alibi, both of them have come out, because they want to make sure that every single utility goes down into denial. They want to make sure that they don't allow the attackers to have enough room to work with. But the attackers are otherwise more wiser. Kingslayer goes for the hatch breach. They're going for the hatch breach. A possible impact trick is coming down. Wait a minute, they did not even go for it. Everybody is falling back with the stop breach happening on the wall. That's good use of the ash charges being put in there. Lynch meanwhile gets the construction wall open. There's, I believe, smoke to creep. Moment now. Puskat definitely he is with the shotgun in hand. He'll be waiting very patiently for the Toma to push it up. But Puskat is otherwise more wiser. He's going to throw out a gas canister first. Just scared of Lynch. Another one comes out as well. Lynch is definitely scared, but very actually playing this very right. Is deploying so much utility from the smoke out. Going ahead into this matchup. There's no more smokes left. Like I said, oh boy, what a one-tap from Lakshya. That's going to connect on the head of Skullix. Skullix just lost his skull, but Bot is here to defer. He's going to get a frag while the drop down from the Ash has already happened. There's somebody playing in construction, and that is why she's going to get punished. That's your diffuser off the board. A 2 versus 5 that Havoc has to fight through. Kingslayer will be making his way from main stairs, or we'll be seeing Lynch on top of the hatch. I've got to go for the drop down in case they want to retrieve the diffuser. They will do that, and somehow that connects. Lynch with an amazing shot while on the drop down animation somehow gets that frag. Kingslayer will be retrieving the diffuser and going for the plant, but there's a denial coming in any moment now. There you go, the smoke peaks, gets taken on. C4 comes, but it won't connect, and plant has gone on successfully. But Lynch is in a really bad spot. He gets tagged along quite a bit. While Kingslayer is going to find Mischief. It's all under the Hibana, but she's missing all his shots. Knife, meanwhile, will be having fighting on 1 versus 2 right now for KL11. If you're doing this, 30 seconds left, and the clock is ticking. He's got to make sure he gets these frags before he makes this clutch happen. Or will there be the Termite to greet him? Or will that be the Hibana who's all the way back up, very patiently playing inside the freezer? Has come to a stall point, will be going on his drone to try and get some information, but there's not enough to work with. And Hibana with an amazing connect. Going to get the down out of the Thermite. Knight knows exactly what he has to do, but there's not enough time. There's no way Knight makes it out of this. And there you go. Kingslayer with the finishing kill. It will be Havoc's round, and that is something I did not see going down when this match started up. The way the man cut was looking like, it was KL11's round to win, but an amazing adaptation mid-round from Havoc's is what is going to secure them round 8. 4-4 is the scoreline. That is exactly what I was talking about. They come in with the equalizer, and round 9 will be underway. This gets quite more exciting now as both these teams sit on the same score.
Absolutely. 4-4 on round 9. Amazingly done, especially on this last round that we just had on Basement Church from the side of Havocs. And kudos to Thermite for actually winning that gunfight while dropping down from the hatch onto Alibi. I'm pretty sure Bot is not exactly happy about losing that one, as the 6-pick is in from Lynch out of the Capitao into the Thermite, as I just speak about the operator. And I'm pretty sure that was one of like the turning points right there, excuse me, because with the drop secured and with the diffuser in place and beautiful cover from the Thermite, mind you, the plant could go off pretty safely. The Hibana actually managed to get off the plant, get the kill onto the Jaeger who was approaching, who had managed to sneak past the Thermite on cover. That is something we noticed a little late, mind you, but it did still happen. And that, of course, was one of the other facets for Havocs that really worked out for them in that situation. All left to Amira with the Vector going up against a Thermite and a Hibana with only so much time left. Not a good situation to be in for Knight. Unfortunately, he was not able to find the heads, he was not able to find the kills or the counter defuse when it was required of him. And that, of course, was the clutch denied from KL11. Havocs with some beautiful plays right now. And as Foxy said, the mid-round adaptation, that was what really saved them. Let's have a quick look at the scoreboard right here from both of these teams. Bot on, actually the only one in the lobby with 10 kills to his name so far. 8 from Mischief as the 4, 3, and 5 come out from Puskat Knight and Skullex, while from the side of Havocs, Teddyoi is on top with 7 kills. Of course, Lynch and Luxia, both FBI operators, sharing 6 and 6 respectively. And Kingslayer and Zam, of course, bringing up the rear with 4 and 5 to their accounts. Round 9 being in play with the equalized scoreline, and there's already an Ash. Okay, that is Luxia, who was down temporarily towards the main stairs, below the main stairs, that is. Is he going to see that defender right there? Doesn't look like it. I don't think the angle is quite there. No, it actually isn't, but he has the idea of there someone being there, and yep, there we go. Knight is actually going to take a bit of damage as the Asher just stealthily snuck through, and Knight takes a lot more damage. Unfortunate for the Mira, but that one little angle is going to cost her a huge amount of HP. That's pretty much 90 HP gone off of that Mira's health pool. Meanwhile, the Hibana breach is going to be coming in. Was that on the hatch of kitchen? I'm not entirely certain right now. Mischief holding down blue in the meanwhile, as looks like there was an impact check successful from the side of the defenders. There's another one actually from Bot. And that's actually going off pretty well for the side of the defenders right now. KL11 holding down and making sure that Havocs don't get the breach in, but they can only do so much with what the resources they have. The Jaeger's been spotted running around towards the blue stairs right now, and that, of course, is going to force him to pull back, as the Thermite is going to get the dirt tunnel entrance done. Mischief actually doesn't pull back. He's going to stay on the blue stairs, even though he's been joined out. That intel has been traded, as the Thermite's been brought in to finally get the hatch breach done. Had to bring in the big guns, unfortunately, as the Hibana, I think she got impact tricked thrice. That's a little unfortunate right there from the side of Havocs on this attack right now. But with less than 50 seconds remaining, there we go. Knight's going to find one onto Luxia. That's the Ash down, but Puskat gets lit up by his SAS counterpart. That is the Thatcher. No flashbangs are going to be connecting onto Knight for the time being, but the drop is in from the Thermite towards the main wall of a church. No, he's actually come back to his memorial. He's sort of shuffling around right now because he knows that there could be somebody behind the Mira. Bot's going to find one in the meanwhile. That is Kingslayer off the board, as it's a 5v3. Lynch, the man with the diffuser, stuck inside the hallway. No support so far, as the other two attackers have to make their way towards the site. Will he find one? Yes, he does. He finds the Alibi, and he's going to make his way towards Deep Arsenal. He's got to get the plant off with less than 15 seconds remaining.
15 seconds left.
It's a 4 versus 3. The plan has to go off. There it is. Teddyo and Zam have to come for cover as the smoke. Is he going to be able to get this kill? No, he won't. The run-in is heard, and the Mira gets taken out as well. It's a 2 versus 3 right now as the plan is happening. The Maestro finds the Nomad. Not quite, but it's from above the hatch, and the hatch again from Mischief with the double kill, and Skullex actually gets the kill onto another attacker. In the meanwhile, that was the push from Dirt that was coming in. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is KL11 doing beautifully on round 9 and getting the scoreline up, of course, to 5-4 going into round 10. They finally taken back their lead. Can they keep this up and secure just another couple of rounds? That is what remains to be seen. That's the question right here. And that is the answer we're going to be finding out very, very soon indeed.
KL11, really well played. That flank from Skullex, Jaeger taking control of the hatch right back. while Lynch making some very ballsy plays. I've got to give him that. The man is a thermite. For God's sake, he's a thermite. Got the diffuser in hand, drops the motor hatch. Very ballsy, walks up towards the main, directly the main hallway, finds the frag, uses the rotation maybe for the defenders, makes his way back to move the plant, stops mid-plant, finds the smoke and resticks the plant again. That was something you don't usually get to see, from when it comes to thermite players. It looks like that is something Havoc's brought on board for themselves. Lynch, really good attempt from him, but it's not enough to stop Skullex. And came up with an amazing flank on top. Got the kills when it was needed, and Maestro with the perfect distraction. So that is what is going to award KL11 with that round, and that does put them in the advantage right now. But that advantage is still not marginal. It's still not a difference that is making, because if KL11 does not win this round, they will not be going to match point. It will be Havoc's round, and then it will be a 5 versus 5. A 5-2-5. Then it will be whoever happens to win that round. They'll be the ones to getting match point. We'll be seeing the Wamai play on this. He's going to land his. There you go. He's just going to land on discs. Skullex will be playing downstairs, and that is all the way on the side of the kitchen. He's possibly expecting a logistics hatch drop, and I can only assume that. Not sure what he's got over there. Bot will be all the way on the side of all pits. Seeing Fuzzcat hold it down very well. A little mischief, waiting for a possible trick that he's trying to make. No bandit trick coming in. That means obviously I can affect this at this point. There's no Thatcher ban. That's why there's no bandit trick. But they know for a fact that this breach will be happening with relative ease, and don't want to employ too much emphasis on that either. Lynch making sure that there's just for insurance, there's the bandit or Kaid playing. Thatcher, Epic Plus will come out, but look at that perfect trick from the Kaid. He's going to claim one of the exothermic charges. Lynch has got to be all the while more careful, but I don't think there's another charge left for Mischief. Work with, and no, it hasn't. That's how the breach will go down. Very well done. Teddy O. Meanwhile, finds Bot was downstairs. Not sure what Teddy O was doing downstairs. He's Thatcher. Gonna find Bot indeed. Good kill indeed. Somebody else coming up as well. Skullex might as well find Teddy O at this point, but I don't think he knows that there's an attacker waiting to make that kill happen. Oh boy, that is so close. Pretty close. He's gonna connect the headshot. Teddy O with the double kill. Very well done. Skullex goes down. Not expecting to go down that way. Lynch meanwhile finds another frag, and KL11 are falling apart very quickly. This is just not the KL11 we're expecting. Up, another frag comes in from Mischief, but there's a C4 into play. He's not going to connect. The Thatcher pushes up, and that's a good decision making from the Thatcher. Teddy O with the triple kill this time around, and Zam will be in things as Havoc will be bringing right back in. Underground 10. This match could be right now. It only stands to see on who will be taking that match in their hands. Right in this match, KL11 deficit 5-5 in the scoreline. Anybody could take this at this point. Whoever will be picking this and going to match point. See whose hit is to claim round 11 is going to be KL11 taking it, or will that be Havoc's? Sound off in the chat. Let's see who turns out to be correct. Blackjack, take the mic away.
Thank you for that, Fox. And 5-5 is the scoreline going into the 11th round right here. As excuse me, the 200 IQ pick from Teddy out of the Jackal into the Jackal, and Pusscat with the 6 pick out of the Bandit into the Kaid. As second floor gym bedroom is going to be the site of choice this time around. And round 11 is going to be very important indeed. Rounds 11 and 12, both of them are going to be very important, because one team wins this round, they go to match point. They win the next round, they win the match itself. Again, that is of course the team who goes to match point this round, because one team has to. At the end of the day, there can only be one victor on any map, in any tournament, in any league. There can only be one true champion. And round 11, of course, being in play. Rounds 11 and 12, I've talked about this a lot myself, not just here, of course, in my own streams that I do over on my channel. This is a little bit of a shameless plug right there. Thank you very much. You know, it's something that is very important, and something that is it's not overlooked, I wouldn't say, but something that gets often overlapped by overtime, the hype that comes from overtime, that is. The fact that rounds 11 and 12 are pretty much what guarantees whether or not we are going to even see overtime, or is it going to be a finished game on 7-5, you know? A team wins this round. If it's a 6-4 especially, for the team in the deficit, it is very important. Meanwhile, Luxia, not sure what happened right there. Did he damage himself with his own breaching charge, or was there a C4 deploy? There's no defender close enough to have deployed a C4, I don't think. So it looks like Luxia has unfortunately managed to damage himself while trying to go for that play right there. Meanwhile, Puskat trying to do a bit of Kaid trick. No, he gets taken, the Electroclaw, excuse me, gets taken out by the EMP of the Thatcher. He doesn't have one left, as the Hibana is going to be going for the breach in the meanwhile. Is that Hibana or is that Lynch? I think that's the Thermite going for that breach. But regardless, there's going to be a hard breach happening on the gym bedroom main wall. Skullex holding down Secret Stash just behind the Kaid as Lynch is waiting. Okay, not really sure what he's waiting for. There is no bandit in play, and the droning should have come in from the side of Havocs already to confirm that there is no bandit for that matter. But they want to get rid of the castle barricade, be extra certain, and there we go. The breach is coming in from the Thermite as the Ash tried to go for a bit of a pre-fire there onto Skullex, who was inside a bedroom, but couldn't connect right there. Ramadi still very much alive. More shots inside as the droning is coming in from the side of Havocs. A proximity alarm went off in the meanwhile towards CCTV as the peak is in once again, but no, Mozzie will be just fine. Skullex will not be found just yet, but the drone is what sees him. But no, the jump in from Luxia is caught out. He was waiting for that. He was in the perfect position for that. And unfortunate for the Ash, but he is going to be going off the board as it is a 5 versus 4 in the favor of KL11 right now. Puskat with a C4 is going to find Zam in the meanwhile. That is the Nomad down, and that is another pretty big kill right there. Meanwhile, there is a little bit of a little bit of a line of sight made by Kingslayer, who has managed to rotate back towards the bathroom wall. He's going to be trying to take out the mirror window as KDO is going to be finding the feet of Puskat. The Kaid, situated inside of logistics, could not have enough cover, did not have enough cover from the hatch peak. Meanwhile, Lynch, he's got the mirror window popped, I believe. No, not quite. Doesn't look like it, as the Mira still sitting very pretty behind her black mirror. Just no contest right now, as a bot's gonna find Kingslayer. In the meanwhile, that's another pretty big kill. That's another huge kill, as it's now a 4 versus 2. Havoc, of course, managed to make this work, but it's a 4 versus 1, and make that a 4 versus 0. KL11 will be the first to hit match point by winning out round 11 and taking the score to 6-5, going to the 12th round. Round 12 is in a play, of course, from the side of both these teams right now, as something I was sort of cut off in what I was trying to say in the last one is the fact that, especially this round, it gets overlooked. Not overlooked, I would say, but sort of overtaken with the hype of overtime should the team on the deficit, that is in this case the side of Havocs, win out this round, right? Is the fact that round 12 is ridiculously important to this game. It's basically a game of ones. If K11 win this round, that's it. Game over, match set and done. They will go home with a victory and a ticket to the finals. If Havoc wins this round, they keep themselves alive, and not only alive, but a good shot. Give themselves a really good shot at winning it on to overtime, because then the requirement goes back up to 2 straight rounds. And of course, being that sort of a score situation, that means maximum overtime is also possible from both these teams. And with the way they've been playing, I would not be at all surprised if overtime was in fact what's to happen between KL11 and Havocs right now. Meanwhile, we've got the alibi in playing once again from Bot. He's been playing this operator quite a bit, quite extensively in these past few rounds, and it's been sort of okay for him, hit and miss, so to speak. But doesn't look like he's going to be impacted. No, I think he's come back to side exactly for that. And it might just be a turtle hole from the side of the defense right now. KL11 don't want to take any risks. Don't want to make sure that they maximize all of their utility on site. They get all the lines of sight and all the peaks in, as everything, of course, has to come off smoothly for them. Havocs, in the meanwhile, they've got to get this round done. As I said, it is very crucial for them that they get this round victory, for themselves, because if they don't, they'll be packing their bags, unfortunately, and they will not be getting a ticket to, of course, the finals. Well, in a way, so to speak. There is, of course, more to that. We'll be touching on that topic later, as we've got Puskat on the roam with the visual. As the okay, as soon as the drone spotted him, a breach charge went off, giving him a little bit of tinnitus right there, dazing him, and that was a Kingslayer, the Hibana on the roam clear. Interesting. The Heart Breacher meant to take out the hatches is going for a roam clear. Meanwhile, I believe Lynch might be the man going for the hatch breach on the first floor. He's holding down the gym bedroom corridor right now, but of course there is no push coming in from the visual. He could go for a wall bang on the bathroom, but he decides not to. He decides to drop down instead towards the bottom outside the building. The ground floor, that is actually holding down on the main stairs. That is another operator that Puskat has to deal with. And if he activates his gadget, of course the RED scanner is going to see him. He's actually activated his gadget, and if Luxia or activates her RED scanner any second now, we'll see what this is doing, but will he see? He actually won't. Mischief laying on a bedroom to cover the vision. Meanwhile, there's so much happening on the main kitchen edge as the shots are going to be fired any second now. Bot is trying to go for this peek. He's trying to challenge this vertical angle from the side of the attackers who have made many punches in towards the floor of kitchen as some shots are fired, but only Luxia has taken a bit of damage. In the meanwhile, there's a Hibana on the main stairs who's going to be going for a little bit of a hard breach, but the prone is spotted and Bot gets that kill. He's going to be moving up the main stairs right now. Even when the Mira window was taken out the board, Bot is here to cover onto a push from main stairs. Meanwhile, there's an operator inside of dirt who, oh dear, that Skullock's gone. That is a pretty unfortunate situation. I believe that was the Maestro who just got disconnected, making it a 4 versus 4, equalizing the body count. And that is not something KL11 needed at all right now. The push is going to be coming in from the side of Havocs as they need to make things happen, as the plan is actually coming off from Lynch. They are no, they're not even aware, as now it's going to be a mad scramble to get back into sight. The site of Arsenal has been overtaken entirely, and the defenders are none the wiser. And a sneaky plan from Lynch from the look of things. Oh, the Vigil going up front for baiting as let's say, he's actually going to find Knight. And meanwhile, Bot with the vertical angle of the attackers against him finds Lynch. The IQ, will he see this defender? He will. Tedio and Alexia coming alive, but Tedio is going to get taken out by Puskat. It's all down to the Vigil on the second floor against an IQ with a G8A1 LMG. Playing in the first round, of course, the Vigil will be spotted, and the kill will be confirmed as Luxia will be the man to win the round out for the side of Havocs. And round 12 goes to the attacking team, the ones in the deficit. And that, of course, means that we will be having overtime. But I'm going to save my scream for when we get back, because there has been a Rios call from the side of KL11. They did have the man disconnect, and we'll be right back on the other side of the Rios as overtime is in play. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the match between KL11 and Havocs. And since it is, of course, a 6-6 scoreline, I believe we all know what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? We are on overtime, and it is going to be KL11 once again on the side of the defense. They're going to be going to second floor gym bedroom, as the back and forth between these teams has been fantastic. As Havocs and KL11, they've seen what each other do, made the adaptations mid-round, between rounds, you name it, they have got it. We've got a 6-pick coming in from Luxia out of the Zofia into the Sledge. Unfortunately, couldn't make that last part rhyme right there. But, you know, words being words, the English language is a little weird. Round 13 is going to be in play from the side of both these teams right now, and it is going to be a very, very exciting time. As right now, as I said, back in round 12, that is, that now it is the hype of overtime, and the fact that we are here is because of the fact that, of course, Havocs won round 12, and they had to win round 12 because, of course, they were not on match point. That was KL11 who had won round 11. Rounds 11 and 12 are very important, but now the more important rounds, shall we say, have come afoot. They are going to be, both teams are going to be on the edge of their seats and racking their brains for every single possible peak angle, use of utility, strategy, everything that they know in Rainbow Six, in competitive Rainbow Six, and trying to bring that out to perfection, because they will need to if they want to trump each other today on a Clubhouse. Mischief is going to be going for a reinforcement on towards the metal stairs wall of the side of Cash, as the mirror windows are being set up a little late from the side of KL11, but looks like they will be able to get this final touches on their defense done nice and quickly, as things look like they are going to come to a head right now. Meanwhile, a breach charge happens towards logistics. That should be the logistics hatch, I believe, as Mischief in the meanwhile is going to be making those footholds that we always see on the logistics double wall right now, facing towards construction. Meanwhile, the line of sight from inside of construction through Cash, and from inside of Cash through to the construction window, has been made. Meanwhile, there's a Hibana going for a breach. I believe that is the single wall on construction. Yes, it is. And now the Hibana has made her way towards the main breach of the gym bedroom wall. And EMP comes out from the Thatcher as Lynch, the Thermite is going to be going for the breach. There we go. It is confirmed. The Sledge is here as well. Looks like Havocs want to really emphasize this push that they're trying to go for. 4 attackers are in this area, of course, with Lynch, the Thermite, Fragmite with the Diffuser. Hibana wants to go for this little breach, but no, there's the Electro Claws from the Kaid that are stopping her from breaking open this black mirror, and that's an Excaros pellet set wasted from the side of the Hibana. But there is a grenade being cooked in from the Sledge. Will it be thrown in? Yes, it will, but there's an ADS to stop the grenade from being effective from the side of Havocs. Once again, a good use of utility. No bodies have been dropped yet. It's just been utility countering for the time being from both these teams, as Havocs, of course, are in a bit of a pinch right now. Less than 60 seconds remain, and no bodies have been confirmed from the side of the attack as the Sledge. Does he know where the Kaid is playing? No. Does the Kaid know that the Sledge is so close to him? I don't think so. Luxia's going to be going up the main stairs, and the Kaid goes off the cam, and he will find one. That is Luxia, the man unawares of where this man was playing. A C4 comes out from the Kaid. Will it find anybody? No, it won't. Kingslayer took a bit of damage from the Kaid's gun, but the AOG is not quite as potent as the Type 89. Meanwhile, a mirror window got opened, We heard the hissing of the popped hydraulic canister, of course, on the black mirror. Not really sure which one. Looks like it may have been the one in Secret Stash. Yes, it actually is. As the Valkyrie's going to be over to peek on the main stairs. He gets the down. No, he doesn't. He actually does. Kingslayer gets down, but Teddy has got one. Zama's got another. It is a 3 vs 3. Make that a 3 vs 2. The down is still there. The kill is confirmed. The Nomad is here for the refrag. Zama the double kill for himself, but he doesn't have enough time. He jumps in, gets the kill. Will he get the last one? No, he won't. The Valkyrie somehow gets away with being prone, doing pretty much nothing towards the Secret Stash mirror window, and that is how KL11 are going to be taking round 13, the first overtime round, and they will resume their status as being on match point. 7-6 is the scoreline going into round 14.
That's quite the play from the Valkyrie over there. I do know she got unnoticed by both of them. The Nomad came into the vault, caught the Mira, and somehow Valkyrie happened to survive right beside the secret stash doorway. That was very funny. I don't have any idea how Valkyrie could stay alive. Very sneaky. Very nice play from Valkyrie indeed. Let's see, going ahead, 7-6, and definitely reach time mark. Very interesting. When the match started, that's not something I was expecting. 4-1 was the scoreline, and then it's been an amazing comeback for the side of Havocs going. Let's see how things are going ahead. We're seeing Kingslayer come out with the Legion pick, while Lakshya will be on the Valkyrie. Quite the play from Valkyrie last round. Zaman's brother Jaeger Lynch will be on the Maestro. Terry Boy will be running the dock. Meanwhile, we'll be seeing standard drone work being done. That is the attackers. They're making sure they have enough choke points covered. Nobody's allowed to go back up. While we've got Mischief running around the Zofia. Skullex will be on the Capita. The Hibana and the Thermite, both of them will come out. And obviously, Scat on the Thatcher. That being said, KL11, definitely they need to really make sure they bring in everything. They've got the stakes are very high right now. They want to convert this into a victory for themselves. If they don't, it'll be going to maximum overtime, and that is on to round 15. Round 14 going to be, let's see, going ahead into this match. First cat making his way on the side of the kitchen. But there's an angle that he's got to be got to worry about that. Last time around, what happened to be the victor of that little gunfight that he happened to take. That little angle that is right after the away. Sam has got himself. Alright, he's actually capping on the main stairs with ADS and barbed wires. Very interesting. Everybody will be on site in it. Now, got Kings at blue. That means the total hold is from the side of Havocs. See how much that pays out for them. This guy makes it side. Thatcher EMP comes in first. Only followed. Oh boy. Thatcher doesn't know this. How the push up has happened. Jaeger's gonna find that frag. Really well done by Zab. Comes up with a perfect play, perfect beat. I believe that's the information trader from the Valkyrie, from the drones. That is first cat already down and out. Very early frag indeed for Havocs as they've started off this match. Definitely advantage going into this matchup. Very important and very influential round that is for KL11. They cannot be affording to make mistakes like this, but that has been the case for them so far. Let's see if they will make the best out of this or not in this matchup. For the Hibana, some drone works being done. She's going to that breach. She will possible trick with the Kaid coming up. That's why she doesn't really have to worry a whole lot about it. The Thatcher has been taken out, so yeah, but not something that they'll have to worry about either way. Damn, probably expecting this peak. I know he's got to get that frag on his Skullex. Really well played, but that's not even the refrag. He put on board as well. Teddy Boy meanwhile gets Mischief, and the side of KL11 are dropping like flies because Havoc Gaming has come out alive with their gunplay. They're gunning them down, every single person on the side of KL11, taking the fall for it. Not enough and counter alive right now for the side of this attacking team. KL11 definitely looking at a huge deficit right now. 7-6. Might as well be a 7-7 come up, but King, rather Nitex, will be the one and differ. He does get a frag on board, but 30 seconds left, and they've got to make this push happen. And if you didn't have the Thermite, there's still somebody else playing in the deep arsenal. A possible frag that the dock is waiting to come on. KDOI will still be waiting very patiently. He's awfully patient, and there you go. Patient does pay off, and that is exactly the frag that Knight wasn't expecting for either. The order comes alive, but that's so. Ball is going to go. Land is bearing 9 shots on it. Very funny the way pitch went down, but so will KL11 in this round. Finishing frag from the side of Teddy O as well. Havocs will be bringing this match on round of 14 alive, and this is exactly where the mentality of Siege gets real, because, ladies and gentlemen, we are going round 15, maximum overtime. That is right. This is the round that has it all. Whoever takes this round takes the match. Blackjack, the mic is all yours, because this match just brought the stakes to highest level possible. Let's see if KL11 will be walking away this victory, or will it be Havocs?
Absolutely right there. As it goes, there is always one winner and one loser. This round is going to decide because there will never be enough rounds to tie between both of these. Both of these teams, of course, and in a way, I'm sort of thankful we're not running maximum overtime, of course. Not maximum, excuse me, infinite overtime, of course. Because if that were the case, I feel like we'd be here for a very long time indeed. But jokes apart, round 15, the last round, the undisputed last round of the match. Whichever way you look at it, one team has to come off on the win right now. KL11 on the defense, they have selected Basement Church, having already won second floor gym bedroom. Not going to CCTV once again, as it's actually one of those days where second floor CCTV has been fairly rare as a site. Never thought I'd see the day, actually, where second floor CCTV was a site to be least considered on a map like Clubhouse. But the attachment play, of course, the bandit tricking that normally happens on that wall, the main wall CCTV, of course, won't be there, you know, with a Thatcher, a Zofia, maybe even a Buck or an Ash from below. Not much chance that a bandit stands really of actually standing his ground, and maybe that's exactly why neither team has gone for it. But again, those are just speculations of my own, as we are going to be moving into this final round right here. The Mira is in play once again from the side of KL11. They did manage to win out Gym Bedroom in their last defensive round. That was round 13, off the back of a very sneaky play indeed from the Valkyrie. But of course, right now, they would definitely not want to go out off the back of a sneaky play like that again, seeing as everything hinges on them actively winning this round if they want to actually progress to the final match. And Havocs, in the meanwhile, they, of course, stand on the same ground, really. Both teams have to win this round. It's have to, not like need to. It's absolutely need to. Otherwise, it's not a great time, so to speak. Going to be Zam, going to be droning on towards the logistics officer and trying to find where these roamers are. Valterio has made his way on towards the central hallway, as the Zofia, I believe, is trying to make some vertical lines aside for himself. Where C4 comes out, but is not going to find anything. That might have been bot C4, the Kaid, as the only other one is of the Mira. And oh, dear me. Bot gets down through the vertical line of sight, and that is Luxia claiming that kill for himself. Meanwhile, the Has breaches in from the Hibana, who is doing everything she needs to. Havocs look very strong on this attack right now, but of course, that could change in a heartbeat's notice, as Puskat holding down through dirt and through the shelf. That is a Maestro right there. Skullex. Meanwhile, Mira inside of Church has been spotted. The Jaeger might try to go for a flank right now, but no. Actually, there is an air jab stopping him from doing that. 4 versus 5 right now. The KL11 are in a bit of a situation as the flashbangs are coming in towards dirt. That is, of course, the smoke being forced to use its canisters, I believe, to stop the push coming in from the thermite, but no kills being confirmed just yet from either side, as more breaches are coming in from the side of this attack right now. Not quite breaches, but Puskat in the meanwhile, okay, basking in his own canister smoke, is scaring away the thermite. He's still got one more to go, mind you. He's holding this down with the Mossberg. Mischief in the meanwhile knows that there's somebody down the main stairs, as the Meister's going to hold down the Hash drop in the meanwhile. Looks like there might be a potential breach on towards this main wall of Church, as another canister comes out from Puskat. He's still afraid of that push coming in from dirt, as some shots are exchanged between the long hallway from the main door of site. But no, there's a drop in, and the Maestro sees one. Will he see the other? Not quite. Will he find the kill? No, the smoke comes in, lights up the thermite. Meanwhile, Knight's gonna find one. That's Luxia off the board. Less than 10 seconds remain for the side of the thermite. He's got to go for the plant. He'll be seen, and he'll be dropped. That's the diffuser drop. That's huge for the side of KL11, and the Dasher will go down as well. So will the last attacker. And Havocs will go down, unfortunately taking too long on the push, and the last second hatch drop and entry from Church not working out for them whatsoever. It was a hard-fought victory for KL11 indeed, and they are your victors of a Clubhouse. The second semifinal goes to them, 8-7 on Clubhouse. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna do it for the semifinals day of the WD Black Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege Season 4 qualifiers. We do still have a couple of more games, so to speak, coming up tomorrow, and that is going to be the double finals, excuse me, one on the top bracket and one on the lower bracket. All of the teams, as far as I'm aware, of course, are the teams from today, and we'll get to see them tomorrow once again in a little bit of a shuffled out matchmaking, as it should be a very exciting day indeed. We're going to see which teams finally get to go into Division 3. This is going to be very exciting indeed, but we're going to come back with more Siege action tomorrow. So until then, stay tuned and good night.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.